Hello, Twitch chat. How the devil are you all this fine Saturday evening? Welcome, especially to all of the new players. I hope you've been having an absolute blast playing Legion TD2. I know that we all love it, and it's great to see so many new faces here. Great success the free weekend has been so far. I hope you guys enjoy the show. The Nova Cup is a competitive tournament that is hosted every month by Auto Attack Games, and you will get to see some of the best Legion around. So stick around for the show, and I hope you have a good time. With me casting today, I have none other than the beautiful Scofftrold, who is cosplaying Jesus today. Very nice.
Hello, yes. This is not just today, it's every day, man.
I mean, the hair is just absolutely beautiful, my
Yeah.
friend. I don't know how you manage it.
I was at my grandfather's funeral a couple of months ago. He was
Okay.
a Catholic monk, and twice that day I got compared to Jesus, so...
I guess that's a nice comparison to have, especially when you're in a Catholic church for a funeral, right?
Yeah.
Oh, very good, very good. How are you doing today, Scofftrold?
I'm doing very well. I've been cooking today and just played some board game with my girlfriend, so everything's just perfect today.
Amazing, amazing. Speaking of cooking, the players are going to be cooking up some beautiful builds for us today. We've got a hell of a first match on the cards, by the way, Scofftrold. We have the Power Index, which is Burnt Das Brot and Green Spirit, and they are going to be playing up against Never Push and Never Send, which is E1 and Joke on You. So I expect some very high-octane starvation gameplay, especially from E1 and Joke on You. These guys are known for their love of cringe. We expect to see a lot of very long saves starting very early in the game. So you're sort of Legion, really, because you're a bit of a Starve Lord yourself.
Yes, we love the starve. We cannot feed.
And these guys are actually the 4th and 5th seed in Division 1, so they're bang in the middle of the group, elo-wise, and as a result, this should actually be the closest match in the whole of Division 1. Like, these two teams are right next to each other in terms of elo, right next to each other in terms of skill, so it should be a pretty evenly matched series, and kind of difficult to call either way. I think if I had to put money on one side, I would probably go for the Power Index, because as everybody knows, Power Index is never wrong. So maybe Burnt and Green have a slight edge in this match, but I think it's really close.
My money are definitely on the Jokers.
Okay. Any reasoning for that? Do you like their play style?
I think Julian and Green are just going to come in with regular play, whereas the other team, they're going to come in with some strange stuff.
Okay. Just keep their opponents guessing, throw them off guard. Yeah, push them out of their comfort zone. I think you're right. I think Joke and E1 are definitely players that favour that sort of thing. And I know I've spoken to Green in the past, actually, and he said that Joke on You is one of the players that he fears the most. And that is because he just has no idea what the guy's going to do, right? Like, a lot of the other teams are maybe a bit more predictable, easy to read, whereas Joke is just going to go for a lot of for fun plays that, you know, if they work, it's going to be a bit coin flippy. You know, if they work, they're going to be very high risk, very high reward. So if they fail, then obviously they backfire big time. But if they pay off, if these kind of super risky plays pay off, Joke on You can just win a game out of nowhere. And I think E1 is maybe a similar sort of play style as well. So it'd be really interesting to see how these guys square off. Speaking of which, do we have a lobby available?
I have been looking and I haven't seen anything.
Nothing yet. Okay. Oh, there is a lot of lobbies available. Actually, Joke on You's game is here. I'll join. I'll send you an invite as well. So no need for you to scramble.
Oh, wait, I see it there, actually.
Excellent. The other players aren't here yet, though, so there's no rush. All right.
I love the know your player thing.
Yeah,
that was really slick. I like that.
Shout out to Shadowwings for sorting out the Know Thy Player, by the way. That's a very nice kind of new addition to the Nova Cup that we just started last month. And he puts in quite a lot of work for those production things behind the scenes, right? So it's really great to see that sort of stuff. There's a bit of a hype video as well, which we will play for you just before the game starts. And then we can get into the action. Alright, I tell you what, since we're just waiting for one player to join the lobby, why don't I play Shadow's hype video now, and then we can see if the last player arrives. So guys, enjoy the video.
focused
Oh,
on
the
left.
Azeria. Oh, the Priestess dies really quickly.
Ooh,
There was
the
no
Priestess.
second heal. This could be very bad here for
This is gonna be
Widdowson.
rude.
This
Oh,
is going to be rough. Like you say, Ashton though, he's holding the 280 send there. Can't kill the ogre though, can he? Atom outbroke. It can. The Atom's insane, dude. Look at this, Buzz. We've got 13 workers on Ashton, 12 on Burnt, 14 on
14
Aviator,
for
and 12 on Widdowson.
Is under fire, it will be.
Oh, it
a
dies
late
very quickly. That's a
touchdown.
Mimic Snipe there, and now Drakea's Azeria will heal. That's just a full hold, right? There's no way the creeps can kill the Azeria. Oh, wow. Aviator. Is he dying? He's
Widdowson.
dying. It goes down. The Crusher is dead. And a
It's not
damned.
doing-
You have 9 workers. You have 3.2k value, and you're leaking 100%. Chuvis 97% there, Drakea 99, Adams 69%. It's nice,
Very
but
nice.
not with Chuvis and Adams. Drakea and Lucy, they are your June Nova Cup champions. Hey
Welcome back,
guys,
people.
what do you think about that video? Pretty cool, right? Shadowing's really working on those video editing skills, adding a little bit of production value to my Scuffed Legion stream. So thank you, Shadow. Much love.
I think it
Scofftroll.
was awesome, and I can't wait to see it when it pops up on stream because I'm still watching with delay. You know.
The horrors of streaming with delay. So, Scott, we're still waiting for Green Spirit. He's obviously struggling to find his way into the lobby, which is clearly a good sign in terms of how his game plan is going to go. I mean, maybe the guy's just scared of facing Joke on You and E1, you know, and who's to blame him? Because,
I mean, I'd be scared.
yeah, we did mention earlier that Green is clearly terrified of Joke on You, so that is just affecting his ability to find his way into the game, it seems.
I mean, it would have me scared.
So have you been playing much Legion this weekend, Scofftroll?
Not this weekend, no. I think it's a funny thing. I hit 2600 last weekend.
Oh, nice.
then
Oh,
I
congratulations, dude.
Yeah, thank you. Now I'm
So-
no longer the best player to never hit 2600. Now I'm the worst player to hit 2600.
So finally a Grand Master then. Is that your first time hitting
Yeah.
2.6?
That is my first time.
Congratulations,
And we
dude.
Thank you. We consider when I hit 2400, it took quite a while.
Yeah,
Especially
yeah.
like, 2600 now is what 2400 was when I hit 2400. So
I did spot that you'd hit 2600 because I was writing your caster bio earlier today. I didn't realise it
Yeah.
was your first time ever. So that makes
Oh.
it a little bit more special.
yeah, definitely. But good games. The funny thing is, it happened when I stopped playing Chaos.
So you're too unlucky is what you're saying. Like you're pure skill. You can't rely on those random rolls to high roll your way with Chaos. You just need a steady consistency, planning out your strategy, all of that good stuff.
Yeah. Apparently, I'm a better planner than I am. I always just played Chaos for the fun of it.
I mean, it's very unscrupulous to play Chaos, as you know. I am very much opposed. So, if nothing else, I'm pleased that you've made your way over to the light side. But guys,
Yeah.
it looks like Mr. Green Spirit has finally found his way into the lobby, and the first game of this July Nova Cup is about to begin. Now, I don't want to plunge into this too quickly because my PC really struggles when I've got all of these stream things open. But actually, it looks like this is going all right. We should be able to get the game up in about 5 seconds' time. Guys, the first round of the July Nova Cup. Here it is. Let's go.
It's gonna be a banger. I can feel it.
Absolute banger. Let me just swap around the scoreboard because I have the teams on the wrong side, but that is easily done. And let's see what the players pick. We've got a Snap Cartel there from E1 and a Cash Out from Burnt Das Brot. So both players going for those early, aggressive masterminds. And Cash Out as well on Joke on You. So this says a lot to me. Green Spirit going with Greed. He's a little bit more vanilla, a bit, pretty standard mastermind option. But Scofftroll,
Greed is my play, man.
Greed is your play? I mean, it's just very standard, right? You know where you are with Greed. You can't go wrong. Doesn't really excel in any areas. Doesn't really have any weaknesses. But
No.
we see 3 players, Joke, Burnt, E1, taking those aggressive early game masterminds with cash out with Cartel. These guys are planning to snowball, right? So they want to push a lot of workers early. They want to send a lot of income early. And they want to just steamroll the game. So what do you think about that?
I think they're gonna need it this game.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a highly volatile game.
Oh, for sure.
I'm looking at the Joke on you and E1, especially E1's role is just amazing. I think.
Oh,
You have the
wow,
early
actually, yeah.
Guard with the steed, and then later on you've got the shadow dancer with the APS.
Yeah, and with the double pack rat as well, he's going to generate so much early game Mythium. Pack rat, of course, probably the most efficient source of Mythium in the early game where the waves are short. Obviously, later on it transitions to workers being better, but for the first couple of waves, you just can't beat having a couple of treasure hunted pack rats.
No. And we see some big late game tier 6 units as well. And they all have different ones. I like the Avenger, the Shadow Knight on Joke on You, but Julian and Green Spirit, they have the Hades and the Gates.
Yeah,
It's
and
also really great.
And look at this as well, because Green Spirit sent a snail to Joke on You.
Oh,
it was the wrong lane.
perfect.
Joke on You has the Priestess opener. E1, he would have leaked there with the Gate Guard opener, which would have been doubly bad, actually, because of the pack rats. So a slow wave would have been really unfavourable to E1, but unfortunate there. Green Spirit just flipping the coin, and it landed tails.
Yeah, I think when you send snail, either both send snail or none send snail.
Burnt in the all chat. I swear I pressed snail and he pressed king up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're kidding no one, Burnt.
No one is fooled by that. Burn never sends a snail on one.
We have a king up sent here into Green Spirit, so that's a free 6 workers for this young man.
Yeah, but it was anyway, because he got, he had the Crusher plus Aqua, which is just so strong together.
It's really nice, right? Alright. Still 2 workers there on E1, so he really is relying on those rats for all of his Mythium needs, not planning to push any early workers. He's just going to add another steed here, I would think.
But he's not really falling behind Mythium. He's still, he's 5 Mythiums. He's falling a bit behind Burnt, but then again, we're going to see how it pans out at the end of Wave 3.
Yeah. And here comes that second steed. Yeah, he's looking very solid here. Burnt is starving him, though, so he does have 60 Mythium in the bank now, going into E1's weak Wave 4. But, of course, E1 can guarantee a hold by simply not hunting his pack rats there.
Yeah, and you know that the pack rats are good on 4, and you know that the Sand is coming on 4, because he's just so strong on 5.
Yeah.
With the steed and the Gate Guard.
Now,
So
Burnt is holding his double snail send here. All players holding their income sends. But here comes the bigger send now on Wave 4. E1, will he... He has hunted both for now. Be interested to see whether he keeps them down there.
He has 155 gold. Oh, he has the wolves.
Oh, the wolves are so good on Wave 4 as well. That pierce damage, that natural armor, they're just perfectly typed for the wave.
Is he gonna? No, surely he's not gonna shift. He sits with 15 gold.
Okay,
and
but
the fiend goes on the wolves as well. So
that's really good here for E1.
He's gonna be really happy about that.
It's still an 80 Mythium send, so we'll have to see. He has got 400 value here on Wave 4.
But look at, he has the steed.
Oh, it's just tanking perfectly.
And then the other is tanking, and then the Gate Guard, so he's gonna be holding.
Oh, that's an easy hold. And he did manage to hunt both rats as well, so
Yeah.
this is looking pretty good now for E1. Meanwhile, Joke on You pushes his way up to 8 workers, so he's taking the lead in the game now. He does have Priestess Mask. Very, very solid roll, actually, from Joke on You.
Super solid, like one of the most powerful rolls in the game, I think.
And Priestess Mask is just probably the best opening combo in the early game. And then he has that Avenger there, the Holy Avenger for Wave 7 or Wave 10 whenever he needs it. I think he's very well set up there.
He has the Tempest as well with the Archer, and he's gonna lack some tanky value, I think.
Yeah, that's true. He has got the Wanderer, but it's not perfect.
The Wanderer's not perfect, but it's fine. Yeah, and he has so much damage, and the Priestess and the or Assyria is gonna tank a lot of damage as well.
Yeah.
So maybe he's gonna be fine without a conventional front line.
Yeah. Now, we do see some early pressure being applied here by most of the players, actually. So E1, he's got 100 Mythium stored. Burnt and Green have similar amounts, though Burnt does pull the trigger here. Only with income sends, though, so he's not really trying to leak E1. He just sends a Dino. Maybe he can get a Lizard out as well before the end of the round.
Yeah, are we gonna see... is he going for Mimic on 7?
Oh, from E1? Yeah, it looks like it, right?
He has to go without income, though. I'm surprised he didn't send here when seeing, like, he has the Crusher, there are the Fire Elementals, the Rogue Wave was just upped here.
Green Spirit's on really high value, though.
Yeah, of course, yes. E1 is on really high Mythium.
Yeah. The other thing is, E1 could just send a Mole into this. The Aqua combo is really weak against a safety Mole.
Yeah, and the Mole is gonna nuke the Crusher.
Alright, Burnt only sent the Dino, so he didn't send after income. He was just trying to get that extra little bit of gold.
Yeah, I mean, E1, no, he's just not gonna get the Mimic.
Oh, he does, he gets it in income. That's so good for him.
Got it right away.
That's so good. He'll be able to get another 40 out as well, so a Lizard if he wants it, something like that. And we'll have to see how Green Spirit deals with this now, because, I mean, he's got 820 value. He's very, very high value here for Wave 7.
Yeah,
but the Mimic is so good. Yeah, the Slime Siren is just perfect for the Mimic, right? It summons all of those small slimes. You think it's perfectly tight for Wave 7, but the Mimic can just chew through all of those spawns.
Yeah, but it's also the Siren is still good on 7, even though he gets a Mimic.
Oh, of course. But let's see how much gold this thing collects here, because this could be very juicy.
Look at this. The Mimic, there was only... Oh, it's not... It didn't get full mana.
Oh, that's really bad now for Green. He's gonna...
No, but that's the thing, you have Aquas, so you only leak the Mimic.
Oh, yeah.
And sure, the Mimic doesn't even snag all that much gold.
It's going to get another one? It does. Okay, how much gold is on that thing? 18 gold.
And then it gets the Necromata as well. Does it get the Nightmare? I think it gets the Nightmare, right?
It should be another 6 gold here in the mid. So E1 fairly happy with that. But I think Green is not too sad about it either. Like, he got a massive send here, a 200 Mythium send on Wave 7, and he only leaked the Mimic plus 1 tiny blob there. So I think he's perfectly fine with this.
Yeah, the leak wasn't too big, but the thing is, Joke on You is kind of high working out. He goes to 13.
He is, but Burnt Das Brot, believe it or not too far behind. He's only on 12 there. He's managing to keep pace against the Priestess Mask player. Nightmare, of course, also a very strong early to mid-game unit. It's a shame he doesn't have that Butcher to pair with it.
Yeah. But then again, the Butcher can be overrated on a Nightmare. You just need to tank it properly. Like, sometimes you'll just have a big sending coming with a Nightmare, and everything dies, and then it's the only one alive.
Yeah.
And the lifesteal doesn't matter, because there's so much hate on it.
So we do get 120 send here into Burnt, who is fairly low value. Is he going to leak? I think he might leak very small.
Yeah, a little bit.
He's perfectly fine with this. He's now on 13 workers, so he's finally caught up to Joke on You. He's totally fine to leak here with that many workers.
Yeah, but I mean, the West team is a worker ahead right now, and E1 has the Pack Rats. Yeah, they just jumped ahead. They are Jules also giving them a small advantage.
Yeah. I mean, going into the game, this is the team that you favoured, right? Joke on You and E1, you thought have the edge in this matchup, and it looks like they are outplaying their opponents so far in this game.
And I think because they're gonna come in with, like, probably just slide off standard play, they're gonna be really strong. But let's see, Joke on You. Oh, there's the Avenger. Yeah, he knew he didn't had to get the Assyria here, because wave 10 was the thing.
Yeah. He even shifted a little bit of gold here. There's no way he affords the Sovereign on 10 though, right? He's going to be too far away from this.
Yeah, he's only hitting like He needs another 80.
Yeah, there would need to have been a big leak here on the opponent's wave 9 for him to get that much gold, and they're just...
Oh, actually, we forgot that Julian also has the treasure hunt.
Okay.
But there is a 2 creep league here.
All right. Now
that's a pro league.
There's a pro league. Now, Jokonyu currently looking at about 360 gold. He'll be able to send for income here, but he's still just a bit shy there.
Yeah,
so if he does want to get the Sovereign, I mean, he could just sell this Tempest.
36. Yeah.
I think the sell is probably worth, because the Sovereign is just insane on wave 10.
Yeah, the Sovereign just carries.
Oh.
But what's he gonna do? Oh, it's gonna be an archer. Is he gonna upgrade the Tempest? It's probably not gonna be worth. How much does he have?
This feels a bit greedy to me here from Jokonyu. He's playing a second...
He put down another Avenger. That's...
It feels a little bit greedy to me. Scottrold, I feel like he could have just sold one Tempest to guarantee a hold here. Right, big sends. We've got 280 Mythium for Jokonyu. Both of his Avengers are down. He is going to leak there. And if we have a look over at E1, he did get that Doppelganger out here. But it's not enough. He leaked 66% there for E1. And Jokonyu, yeah, without getting that Sovereign out, he's just not got enough to hold here. 37% leak there. Now, sure, Green Spirit leaks as well, but Burnt is able to cover that in the mid. Meanwhile, Jokonyu and E1, they're going to take a decent chunk of King damage here on wave 10.
At least they have the King attack, and they do have regen, so it's gonna be interesting to see what Jules think.
Oh, Jules says the game is dead even now, so
that's what I was thinking as well. Like, it's still very close.
Very, very close. But remember, Jokonyu and E1, they did have a decent lead in the early game. You know, Jules was giving them a 6% edge there a couple of waves ago, and now it's back to 50-50. The other thing is, E1's playing Cartel. Well. Yep, so that's only going to get worse over time now that he has that Cartel income penalty.
Oh, but look at the workers, though. 31 versus
25.
Wow,
yeah, this is really nice here. So Jokonyu pushing very, very hard off that 10 send. He's on 17 workers. E1's on 14. So both of them are ahead of both of their opponents on the other side.
Oh, look at this. Look at what E1 has.
Oh, he just rerolled the Butcher for his Nightmare and his Shadow Dancer. That's a very, very solid combo now.
I mean, the Butcher is better for the double, but I would prefer Ocean Templar for the Dancer.
I agreed.
Like whenever I play, whenever I rarely play Classic, and there's the dual login, it's always Growl and Shadow Dancer for me.
Okay.
That's my OP combo.
Interestingly, E1 actually rolled away the Shadow Dancer, so he thinks one of those is enough. What do you think about that?
I think he could have kept them. I see why he wanted a double. I don't see why he keeps the APS instead of... And he also kept the Gate Guard. I would definitely kept Shadow Dancer over Gate Guard.
Yeah, for sure, right? Like
Gate Guard is... One Gate Guard is good.
Yeah, one is fine. He definitely doesn't need more than that.
I know. I want to check out what he rolled. If I can find whenever he... Oh, I can't see that. No. Oh, can I? No, I cannot.
Alright, we're starting to get back into dangerous Mythium territory now, with Joke and E1 both over 300. Green Spirit lagging behind. He only has 12 workers. He doesn't have any pack rats. So Green definitely starting to be a bit of dead weight there on the other team.
I think E1 with the Cartel, with the staff, he allowed Jokonyu to just snowball, and Jokonyu has a really great late game carry.
Yeah.
Like dual hold.
So E1 there with that stuff, he's basically taken himself and Green Spirit out of the game, which makes this kind of a two-horse race now between Jokonyu and Burnt Das Broat. Which of these players is going to be able to carry the hardest going into the late game?
Sacrifices in the game.
Oh!
Right. So that's what happened. He straight up sacrificed his double.
Okay.
For the Super Dread.
Okay, I mean, sure. But the send isn't coming here, and now he's going to wish he still had a doppel.
Oh, and the double is much better for 14 than the Dread.
Yeah, for sure. And here comes the Wave 14 send. So we see the Needler coming out there from Joke on You, heading into Burnt Broach lane, where it looks like it's going to be able to do some damage. We have Centaur Mole coming out from E1. Will Burnt and Green match this send, or are they going to save? And they do save. Okay.
They save. They go 15. Wow.
This is very, very important now.
Oh, but Jules are favoring Green and Burnt right now.
Yeah, but this could
be interesting
change.
to see what happens.
This is
but
really
look
important now. That's perfect. Having the Ocean Templar, very, very good on Wave 14.
Ocean Temp, especially on the Hardened Golem with the Needler coming in. That Golem is so good. And
yeah. They're doing some king upgrades as well, so they're kind of hedging their bets. They didn't send here, but they know the send is coming.
They know it's coming, yeah.
I mean, the sends are massive here, Skovtrold. We've got 580 in Burnt Broach lane. We've got 500 in Green Spirits lane, who also has a Hardened Golem, by the way, tanking that Centaur for a very long time.
That's really good.
I think he's going to leak for sure. Let's have a look at Burnt Broach. How well is he doing here? He's doing extremely well, actually.
None of the Sirens got full mana. One was like 15.9. Yeah, Julian is just full holding. Easy.
Oh, amazing. So Green Spirit, he leaks 70% there, but Burnt Broach with the full hold here on Wave 14. He's even going to cover in the mid as well. This is so good now for Team Power Index.
Yeah, this was a game-defining moment.
Yeah.
Pretty easy to say, I think.
They're very, very far ahead now. They have all of the pressure in the world with 550 Mythium
They don't go
each.
now. I like that they don't go now.
Mm-hmm.
The weak wave for Joke and E1 is definitely 16 or even 17. 17 is really weak for them, actually.
They're so far undervalued, though, that I think pretty much Burnt Broach and Green Spirit can send whenever they like, and it's just going to be impossible for Joke and E1 to hold that send. I mean, look at this. We have 600 Mythium for both Burnt and Green, and E1 and Joke, they're both so far undervalued here, already on Wave 15. That's only going to get worse for them.
It's going to be really tough.
Alright, another income and king send here into Burnt Broach lane, which is just feed for him, really. He can push a couple of workers if he wants to.
But they have to do it.
And here it comes, Skovtrold. So they are pulling the trigger here on Wave 16. We have 3 Witches coming out from Burnt. We have triple Auras there already sent from Green Spirit, and they both have a ton more Mythium to play with as well. These sends are going to be absolutely terrifying.
Oh my god, I do not like the Witches, though.
I think the Witches are actually fantastic. When you're sending into Dread Knight, I know what you mean, like the Steeds, obviously arcane armor, but the Dread Knight, when it just gets infinite clones, is kind of E1's only solution here.
What's better, a clone or a Froggo?
The clone is better, but the... When you have 3 Witches, it's not just one Froggo, it's 3 Froggos, you know?
No, but it's so much better to just send the Ogres and just kill before clones. I really think Ogre is much better versus Dread Knight than Witches. Witches are delayed power, and Dread Knight are as well, and I think the Dread Knight delayed power is better than the Witch delayed power.
Fair.
The initial power from the Ogres are much better.
Skovtrold, here it comes. We've got 820 for Joke on you.
I mean, these sends are so big that it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, exactly right.
But
we have 860 Mythium for E1, and it looks like he's getting absolutely overrun. That Dread Knight is not able to get enough clones out. He's going to leak massive. Green Spirit leaks to the income, but that's 125% leak there for E1. Joke on You is doing way too well here. Look at this. The Azeria is just killing everything. The Centaur will get through, but Joke on You, what an insane hold.
Get through.
Wow.
40 HP.
Wow, Joke on You holding that 820 Mythium send. That is insane. Keeping his team in the game here.
Yeah, that was so good for them. Probably still going to be favored for... Jules like them better.
Okay.
I don't know. They have a full king. The full king is such a powerful asset.
Yeah. The other thing is that Green Spirit can just suicide push, and it looks like he's doing that already here.
Yeah.
So he's spending all of his gold on workers. He doesn't need value anymore. He's not planning to hold any more waves. He just needs to break Joke on you. So I really like that play here from Green Spirit. That's good game sense there to go for this play, knowing that Burnt Dasproach should be able to hold longer when it comes down to a race. And I guess they're just going to send wave 18 then.
Maybe. I would love to see Tempest around the masks and fully upgrade the mask. Mask Tempest is so strong.
Alright, Joke on you though, he's really strong wave 18 with that GA Azeria, so we'll have to see how he performs there.
Yeah.
I think everything comes down to this wave 18 now. Either Burnt Dasproach and Green Spirit win the game here with this suicide push from Green Spirit, or I think it's just over.
And they send they see the suicide, so they're gonna send as well. How good is Julian looking? Julian, he has 2 Hades.
Yeah, he can also harden his golems as well, right?
He can harden the golem. He's also gonna get another OT there, and the King Claw. So he has 2 King Claw.
He's got really good delay for Burnt Dasproach. He may even just hold, honestly. Like, Joke on you only has 19 workers. But
have you seen Julian's value?
Yeah, Julian's on solid value. But speaking of value, look at Joke on you. He actually shifted over 900 gold going into wave 17, and now he can just build like an absolute madman. He's minus 10 here, Sculptrold. He's about to receive a 1k plus send from Green Spirit, and he's on value.
He has a couple of Angry Masks, which are more value. He has the GA Assyria, which is also more value. He might just hold. He has the Sovereign, which are perfect tanks here.
I think everything comes down to Joke on Yu's lane here. If he holds, then probably Joke and E1 just win the game. Let's have a look, because this send is massive here. 860 Mythium.
This is easy hold for Joke.
Oh, he's killing the sends as well. The Shaman is dead. That's a very easy hold, actually. And of course, Green Spirit leaks the entire wave. He wasn't planning to hold there with the suicide push. Burnt Dasproach, I mean, he's holding, but he's not going to be able to cover in mid. Meanwhile, E1, I mean, he barely leaks himself.
He does have the double with the that dies quickly, but he has the Hades as well. But no, that's not a lot of cover. This is really interesting.
Oh, and they're taking so much king damage here just from Green Spirit's leak.
They have no ups, and that's gonna go one whale through at like 25% HP.
Yeah.
Even less. It's dead. It dies.
Wow.
There's no king damage. Wow. Okay.
Alright. I mean, I guess it has to come down to a wave 20 now. There's no way that Green Spirit and Burnt Dasproach can afford to skip wave 20. What with Green Spirit's full suicide play. Okay. I mean, I think he's just planning to not leak the entire wave here. And then he's just going to push again, right? So Green Spirit just adds a couple of hardened golems here. Again, he's not planning to hold on either this wave or wave 20. He just doesn't want to leak the entire wave, because they can just die to no send then.
Yeah, that has to be it.
Yeah.
Julian has stayed 15 workers. Julian, like...
I mean, there's a chance that E1 can hold on wave 20, by the way. Like, he has a ton of Pegasuses here. He's actually pretty strong.
Gonna be really interesting to see what happens next wave.
Now the send going into Joke on Yu's lane will of course be enormous, because Green Spirit has gone for this full push tactic. He's on 46 workers now. He's still going. He won't be building for wave 20. Yeah, he even leaks the no send, even with adding those 2 hardened golems.
So this is a suicide versus balanced. How's it gonna go down?
Now, Burnt, of course, he is able to cover here, but I mean, is he? Yeah, he is, but just barely. Yeah. So I think that was a very good call there from Green Spirit to add the 2 hardened golems, because, yeah, they could just have died to no send otherwise.
Or they could have died to ascend.
Yeah, oh, for sure, they would have died to ascend. Guaranteed.
Alright, wave 20.
Alright, we've got a race on our hands, Sculptrold.
The snail came in time, so I think it's gonna be Joke on you and E1.
Oh,
they got the snail.
All right, never push and never send. and Power Index on the right-hand side. Burnt Dasprote does have a lot of hardened golems, which is very good delay value here, so we'll have to see.
Harden with the OT.
Yeah,
He
that's...
has so much delay, but he has no damage.
He has no damage. Burnt is not planning to hold here. He's just planning to delay the longest, I think.
Yeah. I mean, he has 2 Hades, but that's about it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, the doubles, they're so far forward, so they're just gonna get focused by the boss.
Yeah.
He's not killing the boss.
Sculptroll, the sends are massive all around. We've got 1,800 for Joke on You, 580 for E1, 860 for Burnt, 720 for Green. Green Spirit, of course, is leaking everything. He does kill the Shaman, though, with the Aqua Bounces, which is pretty clutch.
Yeah.
But let's have a look, because Burnt Dasprote, I don't think he's able to hold his own lane. Meanwhile, E1 doing very well. Joke on You, he does leak the Azeria coming back there. I mean, they both leak quite quickly, but Burnt Dasprote, he's leaking as well, and they have way less King HP. This is a race.
What's going to be... Is it 30%?
It's so close. Let's zoom out so we can see both sides
dead.
at once. Oh, what? 7% HP remaining on the side of Burnt and Green, and that is a victory for the Power Index once again. Oh,
Coming in clutch.
Absolutely insane, dude. What a close race that was. Holy moly. I mean, that one really came down to the wire. It was literally 1 second difference there.
I wonder, Joke, he upgraded a lot of his steeds to Pegasi.
Mm-hmm.
He did have the badges. If he had only added badger value,
yeah.
How long does he hold? Because the badges do have more HP for gold than the steeds, and I don't think the steed mana mattered at all.
Yeah, no, the steed mana matters for giving the Azeria more damage, but like you say, if you're not exactly, if you're not planning to hold, the damage is irrelevant. It's all about how long you can survive. So I think you might be right there. I think Iron Scale spam from Joke may just have been game winning, but in the end, I mean, it was super close. It came down to literally a 1 second difference, but Burnt Dasprote and Green Spirit do take this game number 1. Man. You don't get any closer than that.
Yeah, you definitely do not. What a heck of a game to start off with.
Yeah, absolutely nuts. All the way to Wave 20 as well. Kind of rare for tournament games to last so long. A bit of a treat to kick off our July Nova Cup. But Sculptroll, it is, of course, a best of 3. Which means that Joke on You and E1 have a chance to get back into this. But Burnt Dasprote and Green Spirit, they are on match point now. So one more win, and they guarantee their place in the upper bracket for round 2. So I guess we'll see if the lobby is available and get the show on the road.
It's me and Joke.
All right, let me hop in there then. Now, you were saying going into the game that you favoured Joke and E1, right? Now, and to be fair, they were leading throughout the entire early game. So I kind of think they had a very good shot. Then we had that insane hold on, was it wave 10 or so from Burnt Dasprote that really brought that team back into the game. And yeah, like they got a ton of king damage done, remember, on wave 10. Now, if you're Joke on You and E1, what do you need to change in game number 2 to guarantee a victory?
Well, you cannot guarantee victory in these games.
Yeah.
They are so close. The skill level is so high.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely, for sure. I mean, their early game, I have to say, was really on point. Now, they did take the double aggressive mastermind, of course. They had cash out cartel, so your plan is to win the early game, and then the cartel, of course, has the downside post wave 11. And they did that. They clearly won the early game. They were way ahead. They did take a bit too much damage on wave 10, so that was not ideal for them. But other than that, really solid early game. And then I think even their mid to late game, like shot calling, was very good as well, right? It seemed to not really go one way or the other. The one deciding factor, I think, was Green Spirit going for that full push, knowing full well that he had no chance of holding on wave 20, just putting all of his gold into workers, and that made the difference because he was just barely able to leak Joke on You fast enough to win that game.
Oh, Joke on You stalling a bit longer wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah.
What happened to... Can I... Oh, yeah, that's pretty... Did you... the boss for Joke on You? Burnt Das Brot's boss.
Oh, what
The one
happened?
that
What
came down
happened?
his wave, it went all the way over to to the right side.
Oh no! So they got gate diffed?
Yeah, they got gate diff.
Oh man, that is
You
a
see the chat now?
horrible way to lose a Nova Cup game.
Yeah,
A little bit of RNG there, but of course, random is fun. So
just a little bit RNG.
yeah, a little bit of RNG going in the favour of Burnt Desperate and Green Spirit, it sounds like. So nice luck, you guys. Very well played. But, I mean, it was literally a 1 second difference either way, right? So,
Yeah,
not
and
sure
I
if
think
a bit of a...
it took a second and a half.
Oh, really?
Over there.
Really?
Yeah.
We'll have to get a replay on that one, dude, because that sounds pretty spicy. So I would imagine Joke on you and E1 feeling a little bit hard done by then after that.
I came in here and I said, what a game.
Yeah.
It was just me and Joke was like, man. And then, yeah, our boss walked to next lane for fun.
Yeah. All right, we're just waiting for one more player to get into the lobby. Okay. Yeah, unfortunate there. We'll have to check that one on the replay later. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about pathing variance in Legion. It's just part of the game. Certainly unfortunate to lose a Nova Cup game to something like that, but, you know, it happens.
The mechanics are not deterministic.
Yeah, exactly. Now, as we were saying before, so Joke on you and E1, it seems they have their early game nailed down, right? So they just need to go for a repeat of game number 1, and maybe, I mean, if we're talking RNG, maybe they just need to get a little bit more lucky in game 2. Or they can go for some spicy kind of all-in pushes to try and end the game a bit earlier before it gets so late on, something like that. We'll have to see if they kind of mix things up, or if they're quite happy with the way they played game number 1, then they can just go for more of the same.
I think they'll be happy.
Now remember, Division 1 also has the Conquest format, which means that Burnt Das Brot and Green Spirit are not able to play the same Mastermind options in Game 2, which they played in Game 1. It only
Julian,
works for the winners.
Burnt played Cash Out.
And Green Spirit was on Greed, yeah. So Burnt can no longer play Cash Out, and Green can no longer play Greed. Joke and E1, who lost game number 1, are free to play whatever they want. But guys, it seems that we have had enough waffling and padding for now, because game number 2 is about to be ready. So, Scottrold, let's go!
I hope this one's gonna be just as good.
Oh, Fiesta! Oh, 3 Fiesta picks!
What? What?
What is going on?
What is this?
Uh-oh. Oh, Joke on you saying, my bad, forgot Turney?
Oh, yeah, but these people are sportsmen.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't matter.
Double Fiesta pick here from Joke on you and E1. That is, spicy.
Double Fiesta. That's an interesting one.
Yeah. Is this the first time we've ever seen a double Fiesta in the Nova Cup?
Probably in the tourney, right?
Yeah. Alright, Green Spirit now playing Cartel, which of course pairs very well with Fiesta, and Burnt Das Brot has the Windhawk, which is possibly the perfect Fiesta opener. Meanwhile, Joke on you has Consort, which is also very solid, and E1 has Atom, which of course, very solid, but the downside is, if you're both leaking Wave 1, then there's no one to cover the leaks in the mid, so Fiesta with a Fiesta partner is a bit weird.
The thing is that the leaks are gonna be so small unless they get snailed. So like a bus leaks 2 creeps, and this is the Atom is 3 creeps.
Something like that, yeah.
So
and here's the snail from Joke!
Oh, Joke with the snail into the Fiesta.
I mean, that's a very nice read there from Joke, snailing Burnt's Fiesta here in game number 2.
Yeah.
So he's going to get a big leak here on Burnt's Windhawk opener. And meanwhile, like you say, Joke on you and E1, double Fiesta, but no snails. So very small leaks on this side. Very spicy.
The consort is also like, that's a pretty good mind game, Fiesta, because you don't know, is it Fiesta or is it just, strong 5 worker opener?
Yeah, exactly right. Now, we have 5 creeps leaks on the left versus 9 on the right, so the snail making a big difference here from Joke on You. That's a great read there from him.
And the king goes down to what, 90, only 98.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter at all.
But we do have big sends coming out now on wave 2. So the snail, of course, from Green Spirit into Joke. So he's going to leak pretty decently here. And on E1, now he did not get a send on wave 1. So he's actually stayed on 4 workers here.
Yeah.
He's planning to hold Burnt Send here. So he's not going to go for a Fiesta. I think he just adds... okay, a second
I
atom.
think this just full holds.
Yeah.
Yeah, this definitely full holds.
Yeah.
Or maybe not with 60, I don't know.
The 60's a big send here. Burnt Dustbro, he adds a full False Maiden, so he should be holding actually to the resend. And Green Spirit, of course, covering regardless with that Priestess. Now, Joke on You, he is going to leak fairly decently. He did add 2 buzzes because there was so much gold generated. Still 58% though, and yeah, E1 he does hold. He will be able to cover in the mid.
Is the 9 HP Atom going down? Yeah, it's going down.
But they've got so much mana, they're attacking... Oh, it even survives!
It's 1 HP! It's 1 HP!
Lovely stuff. E1 fully covering
Easy
for his
cover.
Fiesta mate there.
So easy 7-6-6-6 workers on 3. You know, just your standard stuff. Joke on You is leaking big again though. Or what's he adding?
He's going for the second consort. He will get
Second
2
consort.
snails here, I think, from Green. And that will leak him pretty badly still.
He's not gonna like those double. I mean, adding the...
Green
Added
actually
a Wildstorm.
saves there. I'm kind of curious why Green would save. Like, he must know that Joke is playing Fiesta, and he must know that Consort is terrible on 3. I'm sure he's got a plan. I just can't figure out what that might be.
I wonder how Joke would have done with the Wildstorm instead. I still think he leaks, but not as bad.
I don't think Joke could have afforded a Wildshroom, actually. He even had to sell one of his buzzers.
Oh yeah, he had to, that's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
just to get the second consort. So I think there's...
I was thinking that the concert was 110, but of course it's only 85 because he had
Yeah, he already had the buzz on the
buzz
table.
already. Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, and he gets 3 snails now, but 2 consorts and a devilfish.
Oh, this is
So
looking rough
smart.
actually for E1 here. He has 83 gold, so he cannot build that wall. Oh, but he's re-rolled a Howler! That's just the perfect unit, the perfect unit to spend his gold on here.
Oh, but now he has the double wolf roll, which he's not gonna like for later on.
No, you're right. So it gets him out of a pickle right here and now on wave 4, but perhaps weakens his role for the rest of the game.
Yeah. And the problem is with the double Fiesta, he's had to cover the entire game.
He's doing very, very well here, though, against the 80 cent from Burn. Is this not just a full hold?
No, it's a perfect.
Is it the
it's a one
perfect
creep- no, it's
double
2
creep
creep
Fiesta leak? And meanwhile, Joke on You, is he going to get a perfect Fiesta as well? No, I think the
No,
consort's going to
he's
survive.
holding- No, but he's covering easy.
This is so
Like,
good.
Even though the consort goes in the wrong bird, it's still gonna kill it, and then even if it dies, it kills.
Yeah. This is such a fed game, Skovtrod. Look, we have
Yeah,
9
look.
workers on Joke, 9 for E1, 9 for Green, 8 for Burnt, and it's only wave number 5.
Yeah, this is insane. Are we gonna see a really late game because of how fed they are, or are they gonna pluck the starve at some point and then just geek ascend?
I mean, Joke and E1, they love a bit of starve, right? So I have to imagine that they pivot at some point, and especially because there's that all-out assault in the game, I could see them go for some big play on 11 or 12. Though having said that, there is Loan available as well, which is the perfect counter.
Yeah. I think we're gonna see 4 embargoes.
Whoa. E1 going into wave 5 with 340 value, by the way, just not intimidated at all. Is he going to get another perfect Fiesta? E1? Atom?
It looks like another perfect.
Atom?
No, he's
100
he's
HP
holding.
remaining? 25? It even kills one more. Oh no! But
Oh,
this
he-
is the second
one and-
2 creep leak in a row.
I mean, sometimes you're just a god gamer, right?
He clearly is. Absolute Fiesta God E1.
Yeah. Let's see what we're getting now. How much gold does he have? He has 237. We're gonna see the halo. Yeah, it's the halo. Oh, and then he has another 35 for Howler.
Absolutely perfect. I mean, he's only getting an income send here from Burnt, but I think he's going to easily full hold, I think.
It is 120 though, but the atoms and the halo are so good for 6, I think.
And Joke on You, he gets a 140 send here, but he's looking pretty solid. Like, the Seraphins are solid damage here. He's looking very weak on 7 and 8, though, I think.
Joke?
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh.
he gets the... There's no double brood or triple brood incoming, so he just gets the canopy and...
He is going to leak here,
But
though,
he's
and
leak-
he's got him
leak here.
pretty unlucky focus.
Oh,
And actually,
yeah.
E1 does leak as well, so 71% for Joke, 43% for E1, and that's first blood now for the side of the power index.
A double brood, double ogre coming here. Double ogre.
Wow. Yeah, you were saying, are they going to switch it up and go for a starve? I think Ogres on 7 is your answer to that, Mr. Skovdrold.
And they are not feeling... They are not feeling starved. E1 and Joke. They do not feel the economy penalty for starving. Because
No.
there has been no starve. They've just had so many workers.
Yep.
10 and 12 versus the 8 and 9. It's gonna be interesting with the Tree of Knowledge, but the Ogre is the perfect counter for that.
Yeah.
It's just gonna...
He's never killing the Ogre, right? He's never killing the Ogre.
Never killing the Ogre, and the Ogre is just...
Here goes the tree. Boom! I mean, he's killing everything else, though, no?
No, he doesn't. He kills one more.
One more spell. Oh, the Violet nearly got another spell off there. Burnt 78%, green 84%. There's 2 Ogres reaching the King. They're going to take a ton of damage here on wave 7.
Yeah. They took a small hit to deliver a big blow.
Yeah.
And look at this. He got the canopy. He's just full covering because there was no double brood incoming.
Yeah, perfect. So Joke on You and E1, they have the King advantage again, 77% to 59%. They also have a very solid worker advantage. But, Skovtrold, is this just going to be a repeat of game number 1? We did see the same, where Joke on You and E1, they were clearly ahead in the early game, and then Burnt and Green managed to scrape a win. So, I mean, we can't count these guys out just yet.
We can't count them out, but there's no what's it called? Cartel penalty coming in from E1.
True.
And the Fiestas have more than paid off. They've covered each other when they needed to.
Yep.
They've been allowed to just push heavy. And I mean, nothing is set in stone, of course, but Joke on You and E1, they're looking really solid this game.
Yep.
And I mean, even E1 has the Disciple plus Halo combo, so he's gonna just red waves. And Joke on You has the Tempest.
They already have so much Mythium as well. We've got 220 on E1, 180 on Joke, and sure, Burnt and Green, they have a ton of Mythium as well. But you were saying no cartel penalty. Well, actually, Green Spirit in lane number 4, he is a cartel player.
Yeah,
so
Green is cartel, and they're behind.
yeah, so I
mean,
think
sure,
when this
he's-
gets to wave 11, Joke and E1 are just going to be miles ahead.
Yeah. I think we're gonna see wave 10 cents.
Oh yeah,
Maybe just maybe 11. It's gonna be very interesting to see.
I think it's wave
Because-
10 for sure, and I think E1's going to go for a siege ram. Like Green Spirit may be
Yeah,
feeling
he
safe
is
on
getting
wave
the
10 with
ram.
the Rangers, but the siege ram is so good against them.
Yeah, I was looking at his Mythium and kind of wondering if he'd get the ram.
Oh,
maybe
he
he just-
needs the wave to be a bit longer, actually. He's not quite there.
He's not getting the income. Does he care?
Oh, they just skip.
They skip.
Okay. That's very interesting, because now there's Lone in the game for Burnt and Green.
Yeah, but I mean, Lone all out.
They're going to get some gold here as well, right? Because, oh, they're going for post-income sends. Joke on You with the Centaur, post-income. E1, I'm sure, will send the siege ram as well.
Yeah, he has to add the ram now. Oh, but this is awkward for E1. He doesn't know what to build because he didn't get the
There's the ram.
7. Yeah.
All right, let's check out these lanes now for Burnt and Green. Their sends are massive, but they are post-income, so it's very all-in, actually, from Joke and E1. If this doesn't pay off, they're going to be way behind.
Can they kill the snails before? Yeah.
Okay, that's looking fine. Over here, meanwhile, Burnt kited that Centaur away from the bulk of his units, so it didn't do nearly as much damage as it could have done.
Oh, look at this.
Green Spirit, I mean, he's leaking, but it's 19% versus a post-income Siege Ram. And Burnt, also very, very small leaks here against the post-income sends from Joke and E1.
That is not what they were hoping for. Burnt and Green won this round.
Oh, for sure. For sure. They're still behind in workers, though.
Yeah, but Jules really favors them now. What are they just?
I think it's probably a little bit of a bug because of the post-income sends. I think the power score is not calculated properly.
But look at value. But
they're way ahead in value, right?
Do Joke and you and E1 need the value? I don't think so right now.
Do you know what's really interesting though, Scov?
But there's the.
Oh, I was just about to say, this is very dangerous territory now, because Burnt and Green, they both take the embargo, right? Which means they cannot send any Mythium for the next 2 waves. They can't send income on 12, they can't do King Ups on 12, and Joke and E1, they both snap pick the all-out assault. So they're going for an undercut here. It's a very all-in play, but they might just be able to kill Burnt and Green on wave 12.
Look at the value. I mean, they are already at 1800 value, both of them. And Burnt has the Lioness and the Alpha Male and the Tree of Knowledge, and he's gonna add another Tree of Knowledge probably.
Yep. Oh, here come the sensor. We've got a 4 Eyes from Joke and a Mole. We've got another Siege Ram there from E1, though we saw that didn't work too well on wave 10.
Oh, he just adds another Alpha here, so he has the Lioness at 4 stacks. He has a Mudman over here, he's probably gonna harden that.
Probably harden, probably boost the Veteran as well.
He has an Angry Mask and a regular mask, which also, they have so much damage.
Yeah.
He's not going for the boost on this wave, it looks like, though.
He is hardening, at least, yeah, he is hardening.
There comes the harden. Yeah, that's pretty decent. He does have 20 gold. He could do
there's the boost, there's the boost.
Last second boost.
Very good call there from Burnt. He should do pretty well now, actually. Let me just see if we can get both of these lanes in. Oh, the Azeria surviving there! It kills the Siege Ram. It gets all of the mana from those steeds in Green Spirit's lane. And he's just full holding here.
Both of them are full holding.
Both of them are full holding. Okay, I mean, this was an all-in play here from Joke on You and E1. And when your all-in fails, what happens, Scov?
You die.
You lose the game. And yeah, I mean, Burnt and Green are just absolute miles ahead now in this game. Jules giving them a 64% win chance there. That's obviously based on all of the economic factors in the game, so they're way ahead in terms of net worth, and they just have all the pressure in the world as well. They have 400 Mythium each, while Joke on You and E1, their banks are empty, and yeah, these guys just are basically in control of the game.
I thought we were going to see 4 embargoes. I think it should have been 4 embargoes.
I did kind of like the play there from Joke on and E1, but Burnt and Green, they did the good old push no workers tech off wave 10.
Yeah. But then again, like, Burnt was looking so strong for 12.
He was, yeah. Especially with the harden and the boost.
He didn't know the harden was there, but they didn't need to see the harden to know that he was strong on 12. He had 2 masks, he had the Tree of Knowledge, he had the Lioness, he had the Alpha, he could build another Alpha.
Yeah.
I mean, if you got that, you're not leaking 12.
Mm-hmm. Alright, when are these sends going to come then, Scov Trolled? If you're
16.
looking at Joke on You and E1, you think 16?
16 has to be 16 now.
Okay, I mean, Green Spirit is an absolute god on wave 15. With this Azeria, with all of those Pegasus backing it up, he's just unleakable on 15. So I think they can quite safely skip there.
And you see what, I mean, they are built for 14 and 15.
Yep.
I could see them holding or leaking small enough that the game goes even.
Mm-hmm.
But 16, what are you going to do 16 when you have 3 canopies?
Right, yeah, I mean, they're just dead value. The Ocean Templar Canopy, of course, is absolutely insane on 15, which is why I don't think Burnt and Green want to send here. And yeah, given how strong Green's... Oh, but they send! Okay,
They do send.
I think this might turn out to be a mistake here from Burnt and Green. We'll have to see. They still have a lot of Mythium.
All the witches. What are all these witches? Come on.
There's a lot of witches.
You gotta send Needler into this.
Oh, for sure. Especially Joke's build, right? With the Ocean Templar Canopy circle, like the Needler is almost a must.
Both waves needed Needler. Like he has 4 Iron Maidens. That needed a Needler.
Yeah, you need the pierce damage, right? On wave 15, you need something to kill all of that arcane HP.
Yeah. I mean, you either boost the damage of the boss if the damage is good to boost. If you're sending 15 because of the magic damage, but now, and the witches are so bad on 15. I think. Oh, they do add a lot of small, so.
They do. So there's going to be a lot of frog spawns there. The sends are huge though, Scott Troll. We have 840 for Joke. We have 760 for E1. I mean, his front line is down. This is going to be a decent-sized leak here for E1.
Yeah. I think it is going to be pretty good size.
I mean, that's 119% leak for E1.
It is GG, but that's because of the size of the send. Oh, but they're both leaking as well.
Wait, do they ever lose the race here? They have 60% King HP. They have some King attacks. Oh, this might even be pretty close, actually, Scottrold. Look at the Kings. Look at the Kings. Look at the Kings. It's so close. It's so close. Oh! Wow, this was a double race situation here, but I think Burnt Dasprote and Green Spirit would have survived. There's only one creep on the right-hand side, and they have 10% HP remaining. But man, what a series. And you know what? Hats off to Joke on You and E1 for playing double Fiesta in the elimination match here of the Nova Cup.
That's amazing.
Yeah. The balls of steel on those guys. Fair play. Yeah. Fair play.
Look at the team win probability. It was so back and forth this game.
Oh, wow, that is like the definition of a roller coaster, dude. This was such a back and forth game with one side taking the lead, then the other. We had this massive send on wave 7. We had wave 10, which was just an absolute unmitigated disaster, I think, for Joke and E1. I mean, sure, Joke on You was able to hold Green Spirit's send, but they sent post-income Siege Ram and post-income Centaur, and if that pays off, maybe it's worth. If they get massive leaks, maybe it's worth. But for a 20% leak on both players, it's just never worth. And a Joke on You and E1, it feels like they just destroyed their own games there.
I'm really curious about that Centaur on 10.
It could have been good, but the thing is, with the way that Burnt Dasprote built, the Centaur went left by itself and attacked like an alpha male and a violet and nothing else. So it didn't get any value from the splash. It was Pierce attacking natural, and it was just a complete waste of 280 Mythium. Like, I don't know, maybe something like a 4 Eyes could have been better.
I'm testing 4 Eye Fiend right now. And
he probably would have had 4 Eyes in income as well, right? So
yeah, definitely.
He would have been able to send the 4 Eyes there, but I mean that's just a bit of a disaster really for Joke on You and E1. They went for this post-income play, it did not pay off. And then, do you know what? I actually really respect their all-out assault resend on 12. They know they're really behind after wave 10. They need to make something happen. They know there's embargo in the game. They play to their outs. I mean, sure, it didn't work, but I still think it was a good play.
4 Eye Fiend leaks the 4 Eye at 1800 HP.
Oh, so even that's not very good.
Even that's not very good. I wonder what else you could do. The problem is there's so much natural armor.
Yeah.
And the 4 Eye goes straight on the Hellraiser. I wonder, like, what if 4 Eye Lizard Snail? Because then you force the 4 Eye to go right.
Mm-hmm. Oh man. But that is it's a 2-0 victory there for Team Power Index, so they will make it through to the upper bracket final. Oh, you've pulled me into the sandbox, I think. Oh, never mind. I'm reconnecting to the lobby server. Okay, it seems all of the new players that we've had this weekend are causing some server issues. That's kind of a double-edged sword.
4 Lizard Snail wasn't better.
Okay.
So there was a boost out on the vet on 10, and a boosted vet does so much damage on 10.
Yeah, but
Especially
even
with-
though it's not causing a massive leak, it's still way better than sending after income, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, they would have gotten the 60 gold. Yeah, 60 gold from the 4 before income.
Hey, Scottrold, it looks like Drakia and FC Lucy are still in their match, so why don't we hop into that and see how the other side of Group A is performing?
Is it slash or dash?
Slash. Alright. So yes, Burnt Desperate and Green Spirit, they do make it through to the upper bracket of Division 1. We will be able to see their next match once this one is over. But Drakia and FC Lucy, they're still playing up against Razzle Dazzle and Ike HS. So let's see how these guys are performing.
We're doing is wave 12. Jules says 50-50. We got Sakura with the Divine Blessing. That's interesting. The Kingpin was forced up early. It's at 77 mana. He has the Deep Coiler. How fucked are they? 13.
Do we know what the score is? Let me just check Drakia's match history.
Oh, there's also a Divine Blessing on the Lord of Death.
This is spicy. This is actually a 1-1 here, Scottrold, because...
Oh, it's a 1-1. We have Castle on Razzle Dazzle. And Cartel on Lucy, so Razzle Dazzle pulling far ahead in income in the late game here.
So very, very spicy, actually, because remember, Drakia and FC Lucy, they are, of course, the 3-time Nova Cup champions, and they lost their very first game here against Razzle and Ike. So pretty cool, actually.
Yeah. We're gonna see 14, game end at 14. They're preparing for it.
Yeah, I mean, Ike is kind of a god on 14, though I suppose he's going to be massively undervalued. He does have the Elite Archers, which he can upgrade. He has this Divine Blessing Sovereign here, which is incredible. Razzle, of course, not looking quite as good with the Sakura.
Sakura Divine Blessing on 14, that's not what you want to see.
Yeah, but having said that, Lucy's Divine Blessing is on a Hades, and that's maybe even worse on 14.
Potentially, and we have the Divine Blessing on the Cryo Phoenix for Drakia.
Yeah,
so
but Drakia also has double Trinity Archer on an APS. Like, he's going to shred wave 14, I think. Alright, here it is, wave number 14. Let's see which team comes out on top here. Razzle and Ike, they only have 56% King HP remaining, so they cannot afford a big leak here, while Drakia and Lucy with 100%, they at least have a bit of a room for maneuver, let's say.
Yeah. I think we're just gonna see the blessings popped here. Maybe even, maybe Drakia even holds.
I mean, all 4 players, it seems, are fairly undervalued. Razzle Dazzle is the closest to value here, but a lot of that is boosted with Sakura stacks, with Kingpin stacks.
And they're 4 to 500 behind, and and there are so many ogres coming out here. 2 ogres just shredding.
The sends are pretty big all around. They're fairly even, though. We've got 560 for both Drakia and Lucy, 580 for Razzle, and 600 for Ike. Razzle's actually doing very well, and here this Sovereign is popping off for Ike. Ike is fully holding. I think he's not even going to lose the blessing. Oh, he loses it! Oh, there was a 4 eyes. I didn't see the 4 eyes there. Okay. Wait.
Lucy's leaking. But yeah, we have... So all the blessings are gone, but Drakia full holds with a full Trinity.
That's pretty solid stuff, and it looks like there is going to be king damage for now on Drakia and Lucy, and Ike HS, it looks like he's doing a very good job. He's just going to full cover, actually, so they won't take any more king damage here.
The ogre is the ogre's dying. Everything's dying.
Okay, great performance there from Ike HS. So sure, all 4 players lose the blessing, but that's a small price to pay for staying in the game.
Yeah, but look at Lucy. Lucy has my favorite build.
Oh, the mask on the Leviathan.
Mask on Leviathan.
It's going to absolutely shred, dude.
That is so strong. Like, I would continue... Like, okay, sure, you need some tank value, but he has the antler. Does he still have that in his role? He still has the antler. Get some antlers, get a white mane, and then just build the masks. Make sure you have evenly split upgraded or angry masks on every wave, and you're just shredding. And then of course the Hades to pick up kills and get mana.
Alright. So when do we think the next send is going to come through? Like, it has to be 17, right? It has to be.
17. It has to be 17. Like, he clears faster than the APS Phoenix on 15. Like, how do you do that? His mask weren't even angry. And sure, he has the Hades. But still, he cleared so fast.
Yeah.
And Drakir is not short on damage either. He has the 2 Trinities. Which sure are bad typing for 15, but they are all still very high damage.
Alright. Now, we do have a very slight worker advantage on the side of the Bearded Dragons. That's Drakir and Lucy. It's very small, though. You know, they have a 3-worker lead, with Drakir pulling ahead of the rest of the pack. But Razzle also has a very comfortable value lead.
Yeah, he gets so much free value, though. And a lot of it is in the Sakura, which... Sakura value on 17. What's that?
He has got the double kingpin. He has got the gates as well, which are really good 17.
Have you seen the mana on the kingpins?
Yeah, true. They're quite small.
66 and 77. I've had one kingpin with more mana than those two combined. I mean, it happened once, but I like to bring it up.
Alright, here come the sends. Sculptroll, it's wave 17. This is the all to play for, by the way. Remember, the teams are tied 1-1, so whoever wins this game will be in the upper bracket, facing off against Burnt Asprote and Green Spirit.
Oh, Drakir has the red eyes, but he doesn't add the front split.
I think it's good because he wants his Phoenix to tank.
Yeah, probably he doesn't care too much about the damage. But then again, the Phoenix tanking on 17, it has no HP regen. It just...
Oh.
Let's see. Oh, it takes... Oh, yeah, okay, this is good. This is really good for him.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got perfect aggro, actually, with the Phoenix tanking just amazingly well there. A masterclass in positioning from Drakir. Lucy is crumbling. That's a massive leak on her. 135%. Drakir... I mean, he's not even able to hold himself. Meanwhile, IKHS, he leaks 85, and Razzle leaks 75.
We're going to see another race.
Yeah, but this time...
It's going to be the Bearded Dragons. They have more HP.
They have more HP, and actually the creeps reach the king faster as well. So Razzle Dazzle and Ike, they had a fantastic run here. It was very, very close in the 1-1, but Drakir and Lucy do clutch it here on wave 17.
Taking it to game 3... and a race at that against the reigning champions. You cannot be disappointed with that. Yeah,
for sure. And remember as well, Sculptroll, that Razzle and Ike, fairly new players, right? Like, they haven't been on the competitive scene for too long, although Ike, I understand, has got a ton of competitive experience from Hearthstone, which is pretty cool. So nice to see him climbing super high in Legion as well.
Being a good gamer means you're a good gamer.
Yeah, for sure.
Like there is a learning curve.
He's got a very strategic brain, for sure. So, it's great to see how quickly these guys have climbed. And we've just seen in this match, they were performing at the very top level against the best that Legion has to offer there from Drakir and FC Lucy. So, really amazing to see how quickly Razzle and Ike have climbed. I think they were our D2 champions last month. So, not only have they gone up a division, but they've just gone toe-to-toe with 2 of the best.
I mean, impressive.
Really solid stuff.
We're going to see really good stuff from them in the future.
But Sculptroll, what an insane upper bracket match we're going to have. So, guys in Twitch chat, we will have something like a 10-minute break now just to make sure that all of the teams can have a little bit of R&R before they have to go into their next round. But this upper bracket is already like grand final material because we have Drakir and FC Lucy who won their first round, and we have Burnt Asprote and Green Spirit who won their first round. And this is still only the group stage. This is a super hype match, Scarf. What do you think about that one?
I mean, this is going to be straight fire, I think.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. But Twitch chat, on that note, we do need to have that quick 10-minute break, so make sure you don't go anywhere and be right here when the action starts up again in around 10 minutes' time. We'll see you later.
focused
Oh,
on
the
left.
Azeria. Oh, the Priestess dies really quickly.
Ooh,
There was
the
no
Priestess.
second heal. This could be very bad here for
This is gonna be
Widdowson.
rude.
This
Oh,
is going to be rough. Percent, like you say. Ashton, though, he's holding the 280 send there. Can't kill the Ogre, though, can he? Atom? Outbroken? It can! The Atom's insane, dude! Look at this, Buzz. We've got 13 workers on Ashton, 12 on Burnt, 14 on
14
Aviator,
for
and 12 on Widdowson.
Is under fire, it will be.
Oh, it
a
dies
late
very quickly. That's a Mimic Snipe there, and now Drakea's Azeria will heal. That's just a full hold, right? There's no way the creeps can kill the Azeria. Oh, wow! Aviator! Is he dying? He's
Widdowson?
dying! It goes down! The Crusher is dead! and the
It's not
dams!
doing-
You have 9 workers, you have 3.2k value, and you're leaking 100%. Chuvis 97% there, Drakea 99, Adams 69%. It's nice,
Very
but
nice.
not with Chuvis and Adams. Drakea and Lucy, they are your June Nova Cup champions.
Take your time. See anything you like? 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 Take your time.
Hey, Twitch chat, welcome back. I hope you're all enjoying the Nova Cup so far. I know those round one games were absolutely fantastic. Nail biters, the lot of them. And Skovtrold, the game that we have coming right up, is going to be even better. What do you think?
I think it's going to be so great.
Yeah.
Like, I'm really looking forward to seeing it.
So just to remind people again what we have Drakir and FC Lucy, the Bearded Dragons. They are up against Burnt Desperate and Green Spirit, Team Power Index, and they're both phenomenal teams in their own right. It's going to be just absolutely insane which one of these teams is going to come out on top. I would have to give Drakir and Lucy the edge in this one, just because they really have been on a roll lately. They've won the last 3 or 4 Nova Cups back to back. These guys seem just unstoppable. But Burnt and Green, I mean, they're fantastic players.
Phenomenal.
They're really, really solid ladder performance. They just, I think, don't really have that tournament experience lately, which Drakir and Lucy do because they play Nova every single month.
And Drakir is pushing new boundaries on the ladder as well. Drakir is such a strong player lately.
Drakir is an absolute beast, dude. What is he, like 3.2k elo or something obscene like this?
3.2 now, like, you can't be 3.2. What is this?
Yeah, it's insane, right?
Yeah. And like they are both in the legend rank, Drakir and Lucy, whereas Green and Burnt, they are. I imagine they are high 2700.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
But like 2400s, they're decent players. 2000 players. We see that's the same difference between 2400 and 2000 that there's between green and Drakir.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's kind of insane when you think about it like that.
It's completely insane. 400 rating difference? You cannot do that, man.
Yeah, that's nuts, right? But guys, Twitch chat, here it is. With no further ado, the winners match between the Bearded Dragons and the Power Index. Let's go.
Oh, the Fiesta on Burnt sending into Drakir's Fiesta.
Oh, and the Cartel on Lucy. I have to imagine it's going to be a Cartel for Green Spirit as well. There it is. So it's a mirror match.
This is, but there's a difference though, because Burnt is sending into Drakir, Fiesta into Fiesta. That you got to give a bit of an edge there, I think.
Which side do you think it favors? Does it favor the Fiesta sending into the Fiesta?
Yeah, because you have so much pressure. Like the added Mythium, you can just pull off some crazy sends.
Yeah. Oh, worth pointing out though, Burnt does not have a proper Fiesta opener, so he's going for the Gate Guard. He's hoping to receive a snail, so it'd be interesting to see if Lucy does go for that snail.
Yeah. Well, he cancelled it. Oh, just to reposition. So Lucy going for the Air Force.
Yeah, she has to play it safe here, remember, because Drakir, as the Fiesta mate, is planning to leak here, but he doesn't really have a Fiesta opener either.
Drakir doesn't have a no. And well, Green is the only one. Now Lucy, of course. Green and Lucy. The Cartel players have the Fiesta opener, and the Fiesta players have the safe openers.
That's pretty unfortunate, right? Like, if they could swap roles, this would be incredible.
Oh, look at Drakir. What is Drakir? Drakir, what is this?
He's cooking. Oh, but Lucy sends the snail! Burnt Asprot is loving this here because, again, he did not find a Fiesta opener, but that snail changes everything. Now he's going to pro leak. Now he's going to get that Fiesta value. Meanwhile, Drakir with the double Howler and the Chain Fist. I'm not sure about that one, Chief.
It looks... No, it
it looks pretty bad.
Looks pretty dead.
That's a 58% to no send as well. Meanwhile, Burnt, he does get 50%, but that's versus a snail, and that's a big difference.
Yeah, but the different does this room hold here? I think it
does. It holds.
So they're both. I mean, Burnt goes to 6 workers, Green is 5, but they both have 5 worker openers.
Yeah.
They send Turtle for income.
Okay.
Turtles for income.
Well, Burnt can add a snail as well. I mean, sure, Drakir has the Oathbreaker here, which is very, very strong on wave 2. But against a 60 send, is he not just dead?
What's he doing? He's not even doing that here.
He's rotating. Okay.
I like that.
I don't know, dude. I think these Howlers might take aggro. This could be disastrous for Drakir.
True.
Let's have a look.
Oh,
okay, the turtle does go on the fist. That's actually very lucky for him. If that turtle went on these Howlers, he would be in a ton of trouble, I think.
Yeah. I still think he's in a bit of a pickle.
Burnt leaking 74% to his snail, but Drakir, he'll never kill that turtle, of course.
Oh,
so that's a 64%. But Lucy is holding, so at least there's that. Meanwhile, Green Spirit, he fully covers in the mid.
Lucy has a Hawk at 200 HP.
Yeah, she's not covering.
No, much better cover for Green.
Alright, well, Scofftroll, that's first blood there, going on the side of Green and Burnt. I mean, it's only 1%.
I mean,
it's 1%.
It is first blood, but yeah, okay. Let's be real, that's not really first blood still.
It's more like first scratch.
Yeah. It's like somebody came and pinched the West King.
Alright, something fishy going on with the power scores here, Burnt Asprot. I mean, he's a terrible player, but there's no way he's that far behind.
No, but then again, it's Burnt.
Mm-hmm. Now, we do have 60 sends for both Lucy and Burnt to deal with. Burnt with his... I mean, both players have 6 workers, actually. But the problem is, Gate Guard is really bad when you're super low value. It's one of those summoning units, and 86% leak here versus 3 snails.
The mask on 3 is not good.
No. You need something to keep that Gate Guard alive, so it gets at least 2 summons out, right?
Yeah, I mean, the difference between like a tier 1 unit here is probably 50%.
Mm-hmm.
Like I imagine he leaked around 30% if he has another tier 1 unit, because then his Gate Guard does get the second sand.
Yeah.
But of course his tier 1 units are masks. Which they are not the best tier 1 unit for that specific purpose.
Yeah, they do nothing to keep the Gate Guard alive, basically.
No. You gain a bit more than 5 HP per gold, which is probably the lowest in the entire game.
Alright, Drakia is receiving a Dino here. He adds a couple of bazookas, which are going to take forever to be able to kill the Dino. And let's see what happens here, because he could be in a bit of trouble, actually.
But then again, what is the
Oh, that one's going to smurf.
The fist is gonna...
Oh, that one is pretty juicy. He's still leaking, though, but it's not terrible, honestly.
Yeah,
58% there. Lucy's going to be able to fully cover. Yeah, so there's no king damage here. And Lucy and Drakia, they both have a decent amount of Mythium stored up.
They do have the Mythium advantage, which is what they are 40 Mythium ahead. Here comes the Dino from Lucy. Drakia holds. Drakia holds just the income Dino into Burnt. Oh, but Burnt gets the Harbinger.
Oh, he's looking very strong now on 5, 6, even 7.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's definitely holding here. He will pull the boss right, though.
8, but he can do the Mask Angry on even waves. Because, yeah, he's gonna need that, because with the Harbinger you want it to be angry on 8 and 10.
Yeah, I actually expect him to just full push workers here after getting this Dino from Lucy. I don't think he's going to build anything on wave 6.
No. The Gate Guard is so good here.
Yeah.
Or the Harbinger.
And Lucy, the only person to spend any Mythium. Oh, that's lovely, actually. Yeah, that's really, really nice. But yeah, Lucy, the only player to spend any Mythium here on wave 5, which means Drakia, Green, and Burnt Dasprout all piling on the pressure against their opponents.
Yeah. Burnt is not full pushing, he still has 100 gold.
Okay, bit questionable there. So he is going to get the Hellraiser, yeah.
Yeah, but now he's going to be angry on odd waves, which he doesn't need.
I think that's kind of questionable, honestly. Like, he's playing Fiesta, he's massively overbuilding here, he's very strong. I understand that Green's under a lot of pressure, so he wants to be able to cover for his teammate, but he's not going to get any Fiesta value playing like this.
Nope. But I mean, the Fiesta players are one worker ahead of the Cartel players, so...
Yeah, that's true.
There's that.
And Green Spirit with his 160 Mythium.
This Oathbreaker dies. Now it's on the Howlers. There's a casket in there. So Drakia looking pretty solid on 7.
I'd be really interested if either team decide to go for a wave 8 send, because this could be deadly.
Oh, here comes the Ogre from Drakia. That's a 7 send. That's a 7.
Yeah.
Full 7. Alright, the mask on 7 makes sense now.
Yep.
And Burnt adds the Wildshrooms, and Lucy is just sending imps. This is gonna be easy hold for Burnt.
Burnt definitely holds here. Green Spirit, I mean, he has 880 value here, but that Ogre is just really, really dangerous on wave 7. There's no chance.
That Ogre is gonna shred that Canopy.
Alright, big boy sends coming out. But we've got massive sends for Drakia and Lucy to deal with as well. They both have a Mimic walking into their lanes, but they also both have caskets, so expect them to do fairly well. Meanwhile, Green Spirit getting the biggest send here, the Ogre. He's doing very, very well. Of course, he's not able to hold, but he's killed most of the wave there. 72% leak. Burnt, of course, able to hold. Drakia leaking 56%, and Lucy full holding.
Lucy full holding, that's pretty strong. And there's not gonna go anything to the king here.
Does she even full cover? I think she does.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, on this side, Burnt, he's even going to full cover as well. So no king damage on either side, it looks like. That's pretty nuts. Okay, the Mimic does get through, but it is just going to get one slapped by the king. Yeah, there it goes.
Oh, it got one hit off on the king.
It did.
I mean, game is basically over. They're down to 97%. Impressive holds from both of them. Pretty interesting power score. Lucy pulling ahead, Drakia falling behind, Burnt and Green in the middle.
Yeah, I mean, Drakia was getting starved quite a lot.
Look at the workers on Lucy and Drakia.
Yeah, Burnt and Green starting to fall behind a little bit. Green did just push another worker now, but still they are behind.
They have 4 workers behind. Okay, Green gets another 80 here.
Yep.
Which will allow him to... How much gold is he going to get? Probably 1 or 2 workers more.
Burnt and Green did both shift a little bit of gold here on Wave 8, so I think they're probably expecting a Wave 9 send. But I don't know. Drakir just sent some income here. I think they probably expect to go a little bit longer.
What's Burnt gonna get here? Is he gonna add the shields, the buckler, or is he gonna add? How much gold is he gonna get? Oh yes, he has a lot of gold.
Oh, he's actually going for the Halo, so he's not expecting a Wave 9 send. He's expecting Wave 10.
Halo and 3 bucklers. No, another mask there.
He's probably going to shift some gold. I think if he expects the Wave 10 send, then he just shifts a little bit of gold, gets out that Arc of Justice on Wave 10, which is just absolutely insane.
And he's building for Kite. Shifting 117 gold.
A really good read there by Burnt Das Brot.
Yeah. Green shifting 72. He can add another Alpha. And when he has the Alpha to tank for the Sky Queens. And also, like, Canopy is a weird unit on 10, because if it survives for a long time, it's actually pretty good, because it deals decent damage, and if it gets to, 3000 HP or something, it's still pretty decent value.
Yeah, for sure. Alright, here come the sends from Drakir and Lucy, but Green and Burnt, they're saving their Mythium Sculptural.
Yeah.
So this is what they're playing for, yeah. They stayed low workers on the Wave 7 send. They stayed, fairly low 11 workers behind their opponents, Drakir and Lucy, knowing they had to overbuild to hold this Wave 10.
Yeah. And there's Creditor. Do they go for it?
I think they will when they get these sends, because Burnt, I think, is almost certainly holding with that Arc of Justice. And Green Spirit, he's going to do really well as well. He has double Sky Queen, he's got good tanks.
I'm a little surprised that Green hasn't added a couple of atoms at the front to let the Sky Queen ramp up more mana initially.
Yeah. Oh no, the Halo actually retargeted, so it's lost all of its stacking damage on the boss.
Oh.
That's very unfortunate there. That's kind of the only way that Burnt Das Brot can leak here. I mean, even so, it's not that bad though.
No, and there's still 2 Sky Queens alive, so full cover.
And meanwhile, here comes the counterattack. We've got Witches coming out from Green and Burnt. Drakir and Lucy both looking fairly vulnerable here on Wave 11, I have to say. Although Violets and Leviathans are pretty insane here, so Lucy probably has the best chance of holding. But crucially, Drakir and Lucy, they can never afford the Creditor here, while Green and Burnt can both take that almost freely.
Yeah. But then again, there's Villain, there's Pulverizer. Also some really good spells.
Yeah, true. And Villain and Pulverizer will give Drakir and Lucy a little bit of a power boost that they need here to be able to try and hold.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see, Burnt. He's not adding is he adding a lizard? He doesn't add a lizard.
Okay.
I think. Alright, there's the Villain on the...
Villain for both.
Villain for both.
Oh, just watch this boom tree, by the way, because when this thing dies, it's going to deal like half of the wave's HP and damage.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a hold from Lucy.
Oh yeah, for sure, right? She's doing super well. The boom tree's about to go. And bang! There it goes. Yeah, that's an easy hold for FC Lucy. That tree is just insane. Drakir does leak 76% there to the Witch and DTs.
We're going to see some more king damage.
Yeah. Because even though Lucy was able to hold her own lane, she cannot cover anything in the mid.
Nope. It's just a not a Trinity, an Elite Charger.
And a Tempest, yeah. So they're taking a decent chunk of damage here. Alright, down to 69%. Very nice there. Green Spirit and Burnt, they are now in the lead. But the Jules win chance is giving them a dead even 50-50 straight down the middle. And that's because Drakir and Lucy, of course, are ahead economically.
Yeah. But then again, they might be ahead in income. But Green and Burnt are making up for it with the Creditor right now. But then again, of course, there's a Villain from Drakir and Lucy, which also scales really hard into the late game.
Yeah, for sure.
The villains are on late game or ranged units though, so it's only 17% instead of 34%. But
and we do have Burnt Das Brot just re-rolling that Priestess, by the way, so it's a little bit different that he wasn't playing Potamask in the early game, but it's still very strong in the late game as well.
Yeah. But Lucy has Tempest for not only the Archer but also the Hades.
Mhm.
So Tempest Hades or Leviathan Hades.
Yeah.
It's gonna be really strong, and he's gonna be able to. No, it's Lucy. Never mind.
But Green and Burnt, they have been able to fully greed this Creditor, so they've gained a ton of extra gold from this. Though, like you say, the double villain for Drakir and Lucy just makes sends on certain waves much, much harder now for Green and Burnt. Waves like 18, like 20, are just much less threatening if you have that villain spell available.
Yeah. But Burnt has the Fire Lord tech. It's not gonna get any buffs though, but even on its own, when positioned right,
Oh, it's an
That's a
absolute
good-
beast.
it's a game changer.
Yep. Alright. Now, the workers are dead even, actually, with Drakir and
Yeah.
Lucy on 16 and 18, and Green and Burnt on 16 and 18.
Value is a bit in favor of Drakir and Lucy, but then again, Green and Burnt has been shifting these last
Yeah.
couple of waves.
I think the game is just super close, Skovtrold. It's really hard. If there's going to be one difference maker, it might literally come down to the fact that Drakir and Lucy have a little bit less King HP.
That could be it. I mean, theoretically, Green and Burnt could just up the King fully and take it on the cheek one wave, save 2 waves, and then send.
Yep.
For like,
Go for like a one-hit kill on wave 17 or something like this.
yeah, just leak on 15, be fine with that, or leak on 16 maybe with a full
Yeah.
King.
Yeah.
Because I mean, of course the King can die on like wave 20 or something like that.
I'm fairly sure Green and Burnt will save. Oh, okay. The instant I say it, they send their Mythium. Okay, guys. All right. I think this
Burnt gonna
might
send-
be a mistake, though. Green and Burnt are both really strong on 15. I think your play was pretty solid, Skov. They could just, accept a leak here on 15 because they're pretty strong. Just max the King attack. They know they're not going to die, and then they're in such a good spot for a killing blow on 16 or 17.
Yeah. Like 17 against Hades and
Yeah.
Leviathans. Those units are so bad on 17. You gotta take advantage of the full King HPs in some games,
Yeah.
I think.
That said, though, Lucy is very, very undervalued, even though she has the flying Hades there. In fact, Drakir and Lucy both nearly 800 undervalue, so maybe this 15 cent pays off. Let's find out.
Yeah. Let's see. I mean, Drakir doesn't fully believe in the send here because there are 2 King ups.
And that might be a difference maker. The Phoenix is down for Green Spirit, so it's not going to have any God mode Phoenix, but he's doing very, very well. Meanwhile, Lucy, she's down to the Hades. She is going to leak pretty decently. Drakir's doing very well, but again, that is a leak. Burnt and Green
leaks
both leaking as well.
All the way around.
I think neither side are going to die here, but they're both going to
No,
drop very, very
definitely
low, actually.
Yeah, but there is some ups on the West team, Drakir and Lucy.
Yeah.
Whereas there are no ups at all, actually.
Oh wow, they're dropping so low on the side of Green and Burnt. So low,
that's-
down to 20%. So yeah, I mean,
game is even.
oh yeah, we were saying they had the King HP advantage. It's now dead even, pretty much.
Now they have no more King HP, but they know it's 17. Look at what Burnt is doing.
Yeah, he's fully
Just
prepping his mask,
mass.
and meanwhile, Green Spirit is fully pushing his workers. But the problem is, FC Lucy is doing the same. So the Suicide lineup is clearly in favour of Drakir and Lucy, with Lucy full pushing into Burnt Das Brot, and Green Spirit full pushing into Lucy, who has no plan to hold Wave 17. So it's
Yeah.
going to come down to who can hold the longest between Drakir and Burnt Das Brot. But
I mean, actually looking at Burnt's lane, sure, he's gonna have 5 Angry Masks, but they need time.
yeah.
And
He has got Banana Haven as well, so pretty good tank there.
He does have the surprise banana, but it's not gonna be enough surprise banana.
Yeah. Oh, does Green Spirit continue to push? He does. Oh, this is really bad. So the Suicide lineup is massively in favour of Drakir and FC Lucy. It all comes down to who can hold the longest, Burnt or Drakir, but Burnt is going to be receiving a way, way bigger send than Drakir. So-
Right, there's a bunk, but he doesn't even have gold for one full haven. I mean, he has. Oh, well, he sold a mask.
Okay,
So there
okay.
it is. But
I mean, Burnt has a lot more value than Drakir. He's on 500 more value than Drakir, but
So he
he's
can
going to be
tank the bigger
receiving a
send.
way bigger send. This is really close now, Scottrold. I have no idea which way it's going to go.
and it's not just 500 value though. It's 5 angry masks.
Yeah, that's very true. And the Haven, of course, is a perfect tank here.
Yeah.
Drakir is just playing to stall. He spent all of his gold on these Oathbreakers. Ogre's very good against that, of course. All right, 880 Mythium. Burnt Despero, show us what you've got, dude. It's all or nothing here on wave 17.
What's it gonna be? All right, the Assyria tanks some, dies.
Wait,
I think.
isn't he just holding?
Is he
Lucy
holding?
leaking 158%. Okay,
could
he's
be
not holding.
holding.
He's not holding. Green leaking 125. Drakir though, I mean, he's just holding forever. Burnt, he goes down, and the race is won by the bearded dragons. Drakir and Lucy, they take a 1-0 advantage here in the upper bracket match. Woo, Scofftroll, that was spicy.
That was another game for the ages.
Very unfortunate on the line up there with Green Spirit having to full push into FC Lucy, who had the same plan, and that just always favours the side that pushes into the holder.
Yeah, of course. I mean, the suicide is leaking no matter what,
Yeah.
and it's
Now-
all about the one person that can stall the longest.
Yeah. Like, sure, Burnt, he did very well there against the 880 send. He only leaked a few low HP creeps, but of course, if Green Spirit is full pushing and not planning to hold, then
Yeah.
there's nothing he
But-
can do.
Burn is actually leaking half the wave and a pack leader.
Yeah.
Sure, they're all gonna be very low HP, but it's still.
This was another
leagues
super
left.
back and forth game, by the way, Scottrold. If you look at the win probability graphs, it was just neck and neck pretty much the entire way through the game.
This was more neck and neck and not so much back and forth.
Yeah.
I mean, the lowest was 44-56 in favor of Drakir and Lucy.
Yeah.
But other than that, it was so within like 6%.
I tell you what, though, we were criticising Green and Burnt for sending on wave 15. I think we might have been in the wrong there because, I mean, they nearly died there, even with the send. So,
But they spent 200 Mythium upping the king. They don't die.
yeah, true.
And Drakir and Lucy doesn't push. They have Green and Burnt. They have another 600 Mythium to send on 17.
Yeah, true.
I think saving is the better play.
It may well have been the play. I think possibly if they did fully upgrade the king there on 15, they almost certainly would have survived, but they would have leaked a lot worse than they did having sent the Mythium here. It's a tough one to call, but either way, that was a
tough one.
super close game, Scoff. And man, I mean, I'm hyped to see what they've got in store for us in game number 2.
Yeah, you kind of wish this was a best of 5 now.
Yeah, right. Okay, the lobby is open, so I'm going to pop in there. Alright, the teams are ready.
Yeah. There's so much to look at in the post-game screen though, so you just want to stay there forever.
Yeah, there's a lot to analyse, right? But we have to keep the
Yeah.
show
yeah.
on the road, if you like.
And I mean, you have to work in favor of the players here.
Yeah, but man, I mean, the game was so close. Like, it literally came down to the wire once again. So now we're going into game number 2. Green and Burnt, they have to win this one, man, because we need to see game 3.
I mean, it would be lovely to see it. You really want to see as much as possible with these players playing
Yeah,
each
right.
other.
And of course, this is the upper bracket, so even the losing team is not yet out of the tournament. They will get another shot in the elimination match to see who makes it through to tomorrow's semi-finals. But the winner of this game is guaranteed their spot in the finals tomorrow. So there's a lot to play for, even though it's only the group stage still.
Yeah, especially for Green and Burnt now.
Mm-hmm.
They really want to cling on to that upper bracket.
Yep.
And it's going to be interesting because we saw the double Fiesta Cartel, but Drakir and Lucy. Oh, but of course, Drakir and Lucy, they can just play Cartel Fiesta the other way around, can't they?
They can just play it the other way around, yeah. And of
Yeah.
course, Team Power Index, they can do whatever they want. They lost game number 1, so they have no conquest limitations. Alright, the players, it looks like, are all ready, so we should get game number 2 on the way very, very shortly. Twitch chat, who do you think is going to win this one? Maybe let us know in the chat. Do you think it's going to be the Bearded Dragons taking a 2-0, or will the Power Index team manage to make this series a tie and give us a game number 3? What do you think? Players? Okay. Here we go. I thought we jumped the gun a little bit too early there, but no. Game number 2 is beginning. Skovtrold. I mean, everything to play for here. Burnt and Green, you have to get this win. Game number 2, let's go.
That's gonna be great. And I'm gotta say, I really hope that Green can take a game.
Yeah.
Because he gave me the best quote for a tagline for a while.
What was that?
Best chaos player.
Okay,
I wrote
okay.
Mask on 4 with Priestess.
What a beast.
What a beast. he was saving, and I'm pretty sure the only thing that could save me on that wave was Mask. And I got Mask.
Hey, Skovtrold, I tell you what, it is another mirror match, but there's no Fiesta in sight. Instead, it's Cash Out Greed mirror match. I mean, it seems like these two teams are just living in each other's heads.
That's incredible. But this time we see player 1 on both sides playing the Cash Out, and so they are. Well, I suppose it's this. Whatever happens, it's the same.
Yeah.
Do we have any strong roles? Drakir can start the Hades. I don't think he's gonna start the Hades though.
Drakir has the Casket Angler, which is a very solid opener. You're pretty much guaranteed 6 workers, or even 7 sometimes, with the Bounty Hunter upgraded on 4 to fully stack, which is a lovely position to be in. It is, of course, weaker on wave 6, but he's got answers there with the Pilgrim, with the Disciple. I think he's got a very solid role. And Lucy has the Nightmare Butcher with Gargoyle as well, so she's looking fantastic here.
And the Mask.
And the Mask.
Don't forget the Mask for the Nightmare on 3.
The Windhawk as well. Like her role is very, very strong, I think.
Yeah. What do we see out of Burnt? Burnt is going for the Aqua. They buffed Aqua. That is just so solid now.
Actually, I think we may have even been looking at the wrong side, because Green Spirit's role is absolutely broken here in game number 2. He has the Tempest, he has the Trinity Archer, he has the Fire Lord, he has the Wild Shroom as well. So 4 out of his... The Buckler's just like the perfect cheap tank to round off the rest of his role.
Buckler is exactly what he needs.
This is a really, really solid role here for Green. 4 out of his 6 units are flying, and they're very strong flying units as well to be buffed by that Leviathan. So expect Green Spirit to be absolutely insane if he makes it into the late game in any kind of like snowball position.
The only problem is that the position of the it kind of messes it up with you want the Archer on the wall, you want the Phoenix on the wall.
That's true. I think the normal positioning is to have the Archer where it is, have the Phoenix exactly 1 square behind, and it should still be able to tank. And then, of course, you just have your Leviathans there. But yeah, I know what you mean. Alright, we get income sends here on wave 3. Burnt with his Fire Aqua. I think he's just absolutely fine. He's gone 7 workers here with the cash out gold enabling this heavy push. And I think he should be able to hold against the Dragon Turtle as well. So he's going to be in absolutely fantastic position.
Like a fire elite with 2 Polywalks holds a Fiend on 3. As long as you it holds the Fiend 100% of the time if you put the 2 polys on the right side with the upper split on the polys, and some of the time it holds the Fiend even if the Fire Elite is tanking the Fiend.
Yeah, and this is just absolutely delicious. Like, he may have been in trouble with those 7 workers if Drakir had just gone straight wave 4 with a Dino or something like this, but against this DT, he's just super rewarded for pushing those workers now. Green Spirit holding his snail as well.
Holding wave 3 with 190 value.
While receiving Ascend, yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Well, yeah.
All right, now Drakir, he is getting a send here from green. It's only a Fiend, and he has got a lot of pierce damage there with the Bounty Hunter, even the Curse Casket, although, of course, it's not really single target damage.
No, but that's fine. And he has the Devilfish to really add some tank value here.
Yeah, he should be totally fine here, actually. Lucy with 265 value, of course, is going to be fine with the Nightmare. And Burnt, he's adding a little bit, but he's not getting a resend.
No.
All right, Drakir, the only player receiving a send here on wave 4. It is just a Fiend. I think he's going to be more than fine.
I wonder, the Fire Alley doesn't really tank anything for the Wild
For
Group.
Burnt?
For Burnt, yeah. It might tank the boss on 5 though, which
It
is
will
really
tank
good.
the boss on 5, yeah. He's not even getting a send here, though, so Drakir is already putting the Starve on, it seems. Burnt, if he hardens here, this could be interesting, but I think either way, he should be able to afford that Canopy on wave 6, which makes him borderline unleakable there.
Yeah. The Fire has so much damage, the Canopy is perfect split value. It's just such a solid bruiser in the early game.
All right, Lucy's receiving the biggest send here, the 100 send, but with the Nightmare Butcher, I think she's going to be completely fine here.
Oh, the Snail Ad which sends the Dino, right?
Into the split, yeah. The Nightmare is tanking quite a lot.
Nightmare. What's happening?
It's going to survive, though. It's absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
This aggro is fantastic here for FC Lucy. She's just absolutely demolishing.
It's still leaking, though, because
Yeah,
now it goes in the Dino.
She still leaks, but it's only a Dino and 3 creeps versus 100 send. I think she's fine with that. She now has the... okay, she doesn't have the most workers in the game because Green Spirit is tied on 8 there.
Yeah. Like before, Lucy and Burnt were tied, and now Lucy and Green are tied.
Mm-hmm.
Drakir is falling a bit behind, but Drakir is paying now for reward later.
Yeah, and Drakir does send a Cannoneer here on wave 6. With Burnt having that Canopy upgraded here, he's just going to full push. So Burnt will not build anything on wave 7. He's just going to go maybe 11, maybe even 12 workers when he receives this cannon send here, I think.
And then on 8, it's just going to be a rogue wave, and then 9, he can just up the Mudman. Then on 10, he's fucked. But
Yeah.
we have Green then with the Trinity Archer.
Yeah. I think Drakir is going to be just fine with the Pilgrim added, with the Seraphim there. He's looking pretty good. Let's have a quick look at Burnt receiving that Cannoneer. I mean, the Canopy is just so strong here. It even looks like he had really bad focus because all of those Roccos are low HP, and the Canopy still is just more than strong enough to clear up the wave and the Cannoneer all by itself.
Yeah.
And Drakir, yeah, he's holding as well. It's a slow hold, but it's a hold.
Yeah. But Burnt and Green pulling workers ahead now.
Mm-hmm. So Burnt and Green both on 10 workers. Drakir's on 10 as well, so he is keeping pace at least. But Lucy
falling a bit behind.
Had a little...
Drakir sends a Fiend here, but that's just gonna add to Burnt's push. He's only at 48 income because he's saving so much Mythium. What are we gonna see? Are we gonna see anything strong on 8?
Oh, I mean, there's 140 Mythium there for Burnt. There's only 100 for Green, so he's not too threatening there.
No, it can't be a Ghost Knight, but I mean, double Dinos are still pretty strong. There's the Green Devils for magic damage.
Yeah.
Green goes for the snail spam.
Yeah, I think both players just want to take their income here. I think that's perfectly fine because Drakir and Lucy likely to both have answers. Drakir should be able to get his Kingpin upgraded here, so of course that's a tough ask to be able to leak that.
All right, there it is.
Yeah, he's very, very fine here with that Kingpin upgraded. There's pretty much nothing that Green could have sent.
Another Nightmare to shred the wave, but it has to get to the wave.
I mean, Lucy is pretty heavily undervalued, and she's undervalued while being on 8 workers. So even if she does hold here, she's kind of falling behind the other players in the game.
Yeah. I'm not so sure of the strength of Nightmare Butcher. Like you saw it league on 5, that means it falls a bit behind. Now, alright, with the double with a double nightmare.
I think she's very, very fine here with the Dino wasting its time in the split, with the Green Devil tanking the entire wave. That's a full hold there for Lucy. That was a 200 Mythium send.
How do they split the focus?
Yeah, this is just everything is going her way there with the way the aggro paths out. But yeah, she's feeling very good now. She's able to push the worker button for the first time this game. Still behind her, the other players in the game though. We have Drakir with 15 workers. We have Green Spirit with 13. But now, yeah, Lucy, okay, she has finally pulled ahead of Burnt Desperate.
13-12 for Green and Burnt. Well, it's 15-13 for Lucy and Drakir.
Yeah.
But it is the first time in a while they're ahead.
Yeah, and that's because Drakir just hit his Kingpin power spike, right? So he's been...
Yeah.
Drakir and Lucy have been probably behind throughout the early game, but now he gets that Kingpin, which is a massive power spike. He's able to fully push workers while being safe on 9 and 10, and Drakir is just going to have a very nice few waves now.
And he has an answer for 11, because Kingpin is... Like, after they reworked the Kingpin last time, it became sort of weak on 11, at least if you send some damage with the wave. But Drakir has some damage, some magic damage to help with wave 11, so Drakir is going to be perfectly fine on 11, and of course Kingpin on 12. You don't need to say more than that. You know how it's going to go.
Oh, by the way, Scottrold, I see Lisk in the Twitch chat, so shout out to the developer, the guy who's made the game that we all love so much.
What do we want to call out for a nerf on?
I think we can give him the day off.
Alright.
Let's just show Lisk some love, guys. And Lisk is cheering for Team Power Index, it seems. He's a fan of the Power Index.
Lisk is a man of taste.
Of course, of course. All right, so nobody sending Mythium here on wave 10, so not expecting to see any real action here, but we get some big sends coming out on wave 11. We've got the Witch already there from Lucy. Drakir sent to Hermit. Maybe he sent that a little bit too early, though, because really you would like to send your bigger mercenaries first, but he's just sending income to go with. Okay, so he's not necessarily hoping to leak Burnt, especially with these hardened Mudmen. Burnt should do very, very well here. Green Spirit, I mean, he has got the Flying Trinity Archer, which is really, really insane amounts of damage. Even on waves where you think it's not going to be great because it's pierce damage, this thing can just outperform way more than you would expect.
Yeah. Burnt and Green just going full income. They know the send is coming here. They even... Oh, there's three greeds. What's it called? Allowance
And one Lizard Army. We even have full round of Harden here from Burnt, so he's really...
I'd maybe keep one unhardened, just in case the send doesn't come, so you can up the last...
Yeah. It is going to pay off for him here, though. The send does come, and with the triple harden, he's going to be more than fine. Green Spirit, I mean, he receives the biggest send. It also has a Witch in it, but he's just absolutely smurfing on the wave. The Trinity Archer, the Leviathan, is just so much damage.
He's still leaking a bit, though.
He's going to leak, but it's very, very small. And Lucy leaks kind of the same amount versus income. Wow. Green Spirit there, leaking just a Witch and a Creep. Burnt, though, are you Waldoing here against the income send? Oh, he leaks one Creep. Okay, we'll let him off. With one Creep, that's fine.
Wishing he was Fiesta.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, it was a Cannoneer and 2 Dinos, but it was also a Hermit, which is a pretty good send against the Aquas.
Alright, meanwhile Drakir is able to fully cover for Lucy in the mid, and he's just in a very, very solid position now. 19 workers, while also having really high value. He's just absolutely loving life at the moment, and Lucy, she was the only player taking the aggressive spell rather than the gold spell, so she still has that Lizard Army on the go if she wants to go for a big wave 13 send against Green Spirit, which I can see working pretty well. Yeah.
I mean, Burnt is kind of preparing. Kind of mixed about this Wildstream positioning here.
Yeah.
You really want it behind, I think, but
yeah, I can now. Also worth pointing out, green has left his Phoenix spot open there, and he also shifted a ton of gold here on wave 12.
Oh.
So he is going to drop that Phoenix on 13. It is going to be a surprise, but I think Lucy and Drakir are good enough players that when they see this positioning with the Leviathans, they're going to send versus a Phoenix.
It's not going to be a surprise.
Exactly.
But when are Burnt and Green weak the next time?
Oh, they actually don't send. So
They don't
Lucy's
send.
Lizard Army is just feeding gold to Green Spirit.
Yeah, but well, it's 60 gold.
I think this is a really big drawback of Lizard Army, honestly, because
Yeah.
if you don't send at least twice with those lizards, it's literally feeding gold to your opponent. Like, sure,
Yeah.
it gave her a little bit of extra power on wave 11, though we saw that didn't really work out, right? Like, Green Spirit only leaked a witch and 1 creep. And then,
Yeah.
meanwhile, she's given him an extra, what is it,
60.
60, 70 gold?
70 or 72, I guess, because
Yeah.
of the lizard on 11 as well.
So, yeah, it feels like if you're not capitalizing...
Buff Lizard Army.
Yeah, buff Lizard Army, okay. Alright. Now, Drakir and Lucy, and this has really been the story of all of Team Power Index's games so far. It seems like they're always behind in workers, but then sometimes manage to just clutch a hold and turn the game around. And here, Wave 14 is where the game is going to change one way or the other. Because Drakir and Lucy, they do pull the trigger, they have more workers, they're going for a big send here on 14. Burnt and Green, they stayed low workers, high value, and they're saving their Mythium. They're going for a bit of a tee-hee-hee.
Overbuild and starve.
Overbuild and starve, baby, hell yeah.
Is it paying off?
I mean, Green is a monster here on wave 14. Like the Leviathan, the double Trinity Archer. This wave is going to disappear faster than you can blink.
He also has one Canopy, one Wilds Room. But they're gonna get shredded by the ogres, right?
Oh, interestingly, Burnt Dasbrote turned off his Harden, by the way, so he did make the correct call, but then he second-guessed himself, turned it off, and he's going to pay dearly for that, I think. So let's have a quick look at Green. I mean, yeah, this is kind of to be expected. One Trinity Archer has gone down, but he still has more than enough damage left to hold. His Phoenix won't even die here. That's a great hold there from Green. Burnt, though. Burnt Dasbrote. Can he build it? Apparently not. 110% leak here on 14. Thank gosh that Green was able to hold here, because otherwise these guys would have been in real trouble.
Yeah, but do they go 16 now? Or do they have to go even 17?
17 looks amazing, but maybe they
17
can.
is amazing. 16 is kinda in the air for them because Lucy has the double.
Yeah, well, hey, Skovtrold, I tell you what, Burnt Dasbrote, living up to his name, he's pushed a total of 0 workers, he's building for all he's worth, so that does kind of tell me that they are not planning to send on 16, they want to go a little bit longer.
They want 17. I would like him to not show this Fatalizer, not show his all his value.
Yeah, because then Lucy and Drakir will just go for Income King on 16, right? In fact, they're going for King upgrades here, so yeah, I'm almost sure at this point that Burnt Dasbrote and Green Spirit are going to skip 16 and go for a 17 kill.
They have to go for 17. The difference between 16 and 17, and look what Lucy shows. Lucy shows double Fire Lord.
Yeah.
With the lifesteal, it has to be 17 and.
Oh no! Green Spirit and Burnt, they're sending here on 16.
Oh, they are sending 16. Oh.
This feels like a mistake, Skovtrold.
Do they not see the Fire Lords?
I mean, it feels like they had them exactly where they wanted them. The sends are still massive, but they can't one-shot here on 16.
No, and the Phoenix, look how much, like, it's...
Wave 17 would have just been so juicy against Drakir and Lucy, right? Like
Lucy has no tanks for 17. What you gonna do with a Head Chef, a Butcher, and maybe a Violet? It's all Arcane Swift.
It just feels like as well, Burnt and Green, like, they're not really under any pressure here on 16 themselves. They're so strong on this wave.
We have Drakir with the double buff on the Devilfish, which sure is gonna die quick.
It still dies quickly against all of the damage.
But but it's still what 2600 added HP on a Swift tank.
Drakee's still leaking pretty big, but Lucy's doing phenomenally well, as we were expecting with the Phoenix, with the doppelgangers.
And no, you don't send Needler and.
Is she even holding? I think Lucy's just holding here.
Lucy's just holding.
Oh, Burnt and Green, no.
Because
This is an absolutely gutting misplay here to send on 16, I think.
Needler Centaur are so bad against that because all the split damage, it just allows the lifesteal split to just heal so much.
I think this is a devastating misstep here from Burnt and
I'm-
Green. It felt like they were driving the game there. Wave 17, very dangerous against Drakir and Lucy, but the Wave 16 send was just not enough. Lucy even
Look how-
fully holding there. It's her strongest wave. I don't really know how Burnt and Green can come back into this one now.
They can't.
They feel very far behind, and yeah, even the power scores are telling the story. Drakir has a 75 gold shutdown, Lucy a 75 gold shutdown. They're just in a very, very strong position now. Burnt and Green, and this was their match point as well. It feels all but done now, going into Wave 17, which is where the send should have come, really.
And should definitely have been here.
Of course, Scottrold, it's very easy for us to make those calls when we're kind of in the God mode position. We can see everything that all four players have.
But I mean, Burnt and Green, they could see Lucy's lane on wave 15.
Yeah.
They could.
Oh, and now they're going for the Copium, the income king play, hoping to survive wave 18.
Could it work?
I mean, Burnt's going to have like 4 fatalizers and a white mane. I think he can do very, very well. But Drakir's pushed heavily, and Drakir's even leaking.
Green has 5 Trinities, which are not good on 18. Like, that's probably the worst wave.
He will have 2 Phoenixes as well, though.
He'll have 2 Phoenix, and Phoenix are really strong on 18, of course.
Now, this is interesting because Green Spirit's sending full income and king, while Burnt is actually sending for a leak there with the Shaman. I'm not sure about that one. Is there some sort of breakdown in communications on the side of the power index?
There might be, or it might just be a realization. Well, now Burnt is also... Yeah, maybe Burnt should just have gone full income.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, because how on earth is Burnt leaking Lucy here?
There's just no way with the double lifesteal Phoenix, right? She just seems very, very strong here.
And the doubles will also split tank as well, and like the split damage from the wave is going to be mitigated almost entirely.
And meanwhile, Burnt and Green, they both have enormous sends to deal with. There's a 1080 for Burnt, and 1160 for Green. Sure, they have fully upgraded attack and spell on the king, but they can't survive much of a leak here. But having said that, Green is doing phenomenally well.
Oh, wow.
Is this
Those
not just a full
Phoenixes-
hold for Green?
It's not just a full hold.
Burnt is ramping insanely as well. I mean, sure, Burnt is going to leak, but that's a fairly small leak, honestly. It says 126%, but it's mainly the sends.
Drakir is leaking, and that's going to be a shutdown.
This time it's 100 gold, yeah. Wow, I mean, we really see the power of the Flying Trinity Archer here. Green demolishing the wave.
I don't think it wasn't the power of the... It was the power of the Phoenix.
Yeah, Phoenix is insane.
Like one of the Phoenix stabilized at 600 HP or something.
Yeah, and just did infinite damage before it died.
It did its job perfectly.
But now we have Drakir full pushing into Burnt.
One Phoenix did 11.5k.
Yep.
And tanked 7.3k.
Oh, that's very, very juicy there. Now, Burnt and Green, of course, they both know the send is coming on 20, so we have Burnt adding a ton of fatalizers. Drakir is full pushing, hoping to leak Burnt on 20, but are these guys able to pull off an absolute miracle here? Because although Lucy is an absolute beast in this game, she's not really great on 20. She doesn't have the damage, I think, to kill Wave 20.
Like, Double and Phoenix, for all their worth throughout the game on 20,
they're pretty bad, yeah.
They are so weak. Like, the boss just shreds everything.
And like lifesteal as well. Like, lifesteal just gets worse as the game goes on, and on Wave 20 it's almost useless.
It's a complete drop-off. Lifesteal can still be good on 19, but on 20 it's...
And they know that Drakir is suicided now because there's no way he's leaking to no send otherwise. He's giving so much gold away as well. Like this, how well the early game has gone for Drakir and Lucy, proving to be a double-edged sword here because he gave away 75 gold on 17, 100 gold on 18, another 75 on 19, and this, I mean, it all adds up. That's a ton of free gold for Burnt and Green.
Yeah, they both got 253 gold from that.
Scovtrold, if these guys win this game number 2, I will eat my hat because I said a couple of waves ago that I saw no way for them to come back into this, but now their position feels pretty good.
I mean, Green is just spamming those canopies, but I'm not sure because it's still only like it's 275 gold, and it's only 2400 HP. It's not even 10 HP per. Or 10 HP per gold from them. Sure, it's arcane, but...
The other thing is that Lucy sent a Needler, and the Needler can actually just enable the Phoenixes with that split shot damage.
Yeah.
Alright, the send against Burnt is absolutely enormous, 1,720. He does have, what is that, 10 Fatalizers though? So, I mean, he might just hold here, or at least kill the boss.
Those Fatalizers are ramping.
Okay, he doesn't kill the boss. That is a leak. And Green Spirit leaks as well. And Lucy, she holds the longest. This is a one race on the side of the Bearded Dragons. But man, did this come down to the wire, dude. This was super close. Oh,
wow.
Absolutely insane. I think Burnt was literally like 2 Fatalizer attacks away from killing the boss.
Yeah. And if he'd done that, like the king killed one of the bosses before he went down. If Burnt had killed his boss, maybe they survive because all the damage on 20 is coming from the boss leaking.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That was absolutely nuts, dude. I mean, it turns out the prediction was correct in the end. Drakir and Lucy did win the game 2-0. Very, very unfortunate there for Power Index. But I have to say, I counted them out already on wave 16, and I still think this was a misplay for Burnt and Green to send here on 16, because 17 would have been incredible for them. But having said that, I thought the game was over on wave 16, and they still managed to bring it down to a very, very close king race on wave 20. That's pretty impressive stuff, dude.
I mean, they are really good at the game, but that's 16.
Whoa. I mean, this one, this one's a roller coaster. Look at the graph, right? So we have Burnt and Green. They have a little bit of a lead in the early game. They're clearly ahead on wave 15. But then the big misplay, the send on 16 into Lucy's strongest wave, it just gives a massive opening for Drakir and Lucy, and these guys are more than good enough to exploit that opening. I mean,
it's Lucy's strongest wave for sure, and like Drakir leaks on 16, but Drakir also leaks on 17.
Drakir was never holding like any kind of send on 17, and Lucy just looks way, way more vulnerable on 17 than she does on 16. Like, all of her units are swift and all of her damage is pierce. She's just so strong on 16. And like you say, the split damage there with the Centaur, with the Needler, just enabling the lifesteal with the Head Chef Butcher combo. Oh man, you hate to see it because Burnt and Green, it felt like they were in the driver's seat in this game, and they kind of gave it away with that misstep. Still, it would have been amazing to see them pull it back with the Wave 20 race. Kind of gutted that they didn't pull this one through, to be honest, man.
Yeah, that was really sad.
And as a result, it does mean that there is no game 3 on the cards, but I think we should have...
We have another game.
Let me see. Who's playing on the other side? It's E1 and Joke on You versus Ike and Razzle Dazzle, and they are still in game, so we can spectate E1.
How do I spell that?
It's just E1. It's fairly easy to spell.
Oh my god, I got you.
Alright guys, I will check the score on this one in a second. We are joining partway through the match, of course, so bear with us while we find our bearings. But after that absolutely clutch 2-0 win by the Bearded Dragons against Burnt and Green, let's find out what's going on in
Wave
this
7,
game.
we got a big sense coming in against Razzle Dazzle and Ike. And this looks painful. This looks really painful for Ike and Razzle.
All right.
Like,
oh, these are
240
big
and
leads.
220 coming in.
Wow. Okay.
Ogres. Ogres on Ike and Razzle.
Now, Scofftroll, there's a small chance that I messed up the scenes there, and people were just looking at me scratching my head for the last minute or so.
Great.
But at least we now get to see the ogres wailing on the king as Team Fast Trees drop down to 46% here. All right. Let me just check the match history. I want to see what the score is, and it looks like this is another 1-1. So the games have been super, super close today, Scoffrold. I mean, that's just testament to how highly skilled all the players are in today's matches. The fact that all of the games are so close, all of the series are so close, it really is just a great showing from all of the players.
Yeah, it has been an amazing show so far. And do we have more games coming after these?
Yeah, we get to see the elimination match after this one. So whoever wins this match will get to face off against Burnt and Green for a last chance to make it through till tomorrow's finals. Alright, now we do get a counter-attack here on Wave 9 from Razzle and Ike. There's a mole coming out, there's some imps coming out. They really need to get some damage done here, though, because if they don't get a decent chunk of king damage here on Wave 9, these guys are in a really tough spot. So let's see, these sends are very important now.
I have a hard time seeing them doing too much. I mean, sure, E1 is not the best here, but we've got Alpha, and Alpha to tank and Coiler to deal the damage.
I think both players are not great here, and there's no Harden either coming out from E1, so I think that should be a leak. Let's have a look at Joke.
Coiler went straight on the one imp.
Oh, this split tanking is actually perfect.
Split tanking, yeah.
Oh, Joke on You's doing very, very well here. I think he's still going to leak, but it's going to be nowhere near as bad as it could have been. And even the Pilgrim split tanking as well. So E1 leaks 50%, and Joke on You, it looks like he's doing even better than that.
Coiler is deceptive.
Wow.
9, I think.
22% there from Joke. I mean, sure, they got the leaks. They're going to get some king damage, but this is nowhere near enough. They needed a lot more here. And just look at the Mythium for E1 and Joke on You. They both have 280.
Do they go Centaur here?
They can if they want to. But no, it looks like they're going to save. And there is giant snails available, so I could see them maybe just going for a massive Wave 11 send with like Ram plus snails.
I mean, there's Trinity, but...
Wait. Scofftrolled. Post-income siege Rams?
No.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't pay off for them in the series against Burnt and Green, but I think post-income siege Rams could be pretty devastating here.
I think, what I would like to see against this is Ogre Mole. You really counter the Trinity on 10.
Oh yeah, Ogre Mole would be pretty solid for sure.
Ogre Mole, yeah.
Alright, but they decide to chill. They don't go for the post-income siege Rams. That's a shame. That would have been a spicy one.
I mean, alright, the Firelord tanks deceptively long as well. But imagine Ogre Mole here.
Yeah, it would have been pretty juicy.
The Trinity's shots are just not going on the boss then.
Alright, here come the big boy sends, and we do get giant snails from both players. So Razzle Dazzle and Ike, you need to do very, very well here if you want to stay in the game.
That's what we have. We have Vampire for the Lord of Death.
Okay.
It's also on the Leviathan and the 3 Tempest, so quite a lot of value here.
Interesting. We do have double Harden as well for Razzle with his Mudmen, but the sends are just absolutely enormous. This is a big ask here.
Celefist boost the Orchid with 3.
Yeah, you got it, right? You have to just go all in for this one.
Yeah. E1 with the Ram and the 5 giant snails.
Oh, these sends are absolutely massive, Skovtroll. We've got 460 for both Razzle and Ike to deal with. There's only income for E1 and Joke, so they're going to be
look at this,
pretty
look
fine.
at this Phoenix.
Oh, that Phoenix is absolutely crazy. Razzle! I mean, there's a reason this guy hit Legend. The Phoenix is just destroying the backline. This is perfect. Razzle, what an absolute machine. Guys, copy this positioning. This is how you win games.
I mean, it definitely needs the Vampire.
Yeah, I mean, sure, Ike leaked massively there, but it's because the percentage is all stored up in this Needler. And meanwhile, Joke leaks half the wave, E1 leaks as well, or vice versa. So they're actually going to take similar amounts of King damage here, because the Phoenix will even be able to clear a little bit in the mid, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. The Needler's too strong. But yeah, I mean, this is really, really good for Razzle and Ike. That clutch hold was so insane there from Razzle.
Yeah. I'm gonna test out Razzle's build, how it does against the Ogre Molon, because he even had a weak Botman on 10, and Ike didn't have much anything to show for his wave 10 build.
Oh, Skovtroll, look at this though. E1 is just fully committing. He's 27 workers. He's 1200 value. I mean, he may even leak no send here on 12 with that, even though the Vulcan Cannon is so strong. He really wants to try and break Razzle on 13.
But yeah, he does. But are you gonna try 13 against the Phoenix?
I mean, with this worker push, they have no choice.
Oh, and not only is it the Phoenix has the Pegasus.
Yeah.
So it just...
They're going to see this leak, though, so there's no way that Razzle and Ike fall for this. They will send on 13. And yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, he leaks 42%, but then again, he's double the workers from Ike.
Yeah, I mean, this is a good pro leak for E1, but it's more giving the game away, so maybe Razzle and Ike would have felt comfortable to save past 13 with that Phoenix, but when they see E1 leak with a Vulcan Cannon to no send, they know exactly what's going on. They know it's a suicide play, so they have to send here on 13.
And he needs to go double 4 eyes, which he will.
And Ike has to boost these Orchids. Alright, so it really does come down to a race now. Can Joke on You hold on longer than his opponents? And he just found this Phoenix as well. So the answer is he might just full hold, actually, because the send he's receiving is not a Phoenix killer. 4 imps and a DT, he's like, whatever, dude. Now, the 4 eyes is straight on the Phoenix here for Razzle, so that God Mode Phoenix that we saw do so incredibly well on 11 is not going to survive here, and this will end up being a leak for Razzle. Meanwhile, Ike, he's unable to hold despite receiving the smaller send here. That is going to be a leak on Razzle, a leak on Ike, and unfortunately, these guys' tournament dream will end here because, of course, Joke with his Phoenix, he just fully holds here.
And then he stalls some more.
That's a spicy one again. Skovtroll, what is it with the games today? It seems every single game is coming down to a race.
I mean, was this a race though? I think it's unfair to call this a race.
I mean, Joke may have just covered the mid as well, yeah.
I mean, even if E1 and Joke on You die here, Joke just held for so long that it wasn't really a race.
Yeah. Man. Okay, dude. What an insane set of games we've had so far.
Right.
This is the second round of the group stage is over, and we have our first semi-finalist, which is Drakir and FC Lucy. And we'll have a quick 10-minute break now. We're going to have a repeat of Game 1, actually. It's going to be Burnt Das Brot and Green Spirit facing off against E1 and Joke on You. This time, though, it's an elimination match, so the stakes are a little bit different, Skovtroll, because whoever loses this game is going home, and whoever wins is going through till tomorrow's semi-final. So pretty hype one. But Twitch chat, we're going to have to give you guys a 10-minute break now. The players need a bit of R&R. The casters need a little bit of R&R as well. So don't go anywhere. Make sure you're back here in around 10 minutes' time, because the elimination match is going to be one to watch. So see you then.
The Azirian. Oh, the
This dies really quickly.
Ooh,
There was
the
no
pieces.
second heal. This could be very bad here for Widdowson. This is going to be rough. Percent, like you say. Ashton, though, he's holding the 280 send there. Can't kill the Ogre, though, can he? Atom? Outbroken? It can! The Atom's insane, dude! Look at this, Buzz. We've got 13 workers on Ashton, 12 on Burnt, 14 on Aviator,
baby.
and 12 on Widdowson.
Is under fire. It will be.
Oh, it
a
dies
late
very quickly. That's a Mimic Snipe there, and now Drakea's Azeria will heal. That's just a full hold, right? There's no way the creeps can kill the Azeria. Oh, wow. Aviator. Is he dying? He's
Widdowson?
dying. It goes down. The Crusher is dead. And the
It's not
Dams.
doing-
You have 9 workers. You have 3.2k value, and you're leaking 100%. Chuvis 97% there, Drakea 99, Adams 69%. It's nice,
Very
but
nice.
not with Chuvis and Adams. Drakea and Lucy, they are your June Nova Cup champions.
Take your time. See anything you like? 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 Take your time. Take your time.
Hello Twitch chat, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the break. I've got some much needed water to keep my voice going for another series because there's going to be a lot of shouting, I'm sure, if the games are anything like the ones we've had so far today. And for this time, it is the elimination match. It is a repeat of game number 1, which is Team Never Push Never Send versus Team Power Index, but this time it's everything to play for because only one of these teams can make it through till tomorrow's semi-finals and the other team will go home with nothing.
Welcome back, or if you come from Toho stream, hello and welcome to the stream. This is where the dice get dicey.
Yeah, this is really exciting stuff now. We've had some really special games already on the stream today. Everything, it seems, has come down to the wire. A lot of nail-biting finishes, and let's see if this last series is going to be any exception to that. We should get some pretty spicy games. I wonder if we'll see another double Fiesta Skovtroll, because that was really fun from Joke and E1 in the first round.
The double Fiesta, that was... And they managed to pull it off. Even though they lost the game, they still managed to pull it off.
Yeah, even though they lost that game, well, again, every game has come down to a race so far today, but that one was no exception. It was another race. And with a double Fiesta, that's just style points, dude.
Yep.
All right, I'm just checking to see if we can get the players into the lobby. Alright, we're just waiting on Green Spirit once again, which again, it is a repeat of game number 1, Skovtroll. I think this is like his lucky charm or something. He just shows up 5 minutes late, makes us pad for time, and then he comes, strolls in and like steals a 2-0 from his opponents. This seems to be Green's style, right?
It seems his PC crashed. Did he borrow it from Ashton or what?
Okay. All right, so we just have to bear with Mr. Green Spirit while he gets himself in gear to rejoin the lobby, and then we'll get the elimination match underway. Scotsrold, your favourite in round 1 was E1 and Joke. Has that changed now that you saw Burnt and Green clap them in that series, or do you still think that E1 and Joke have what it takes to make it through to the semis?
I mean, I think E1 and Joker has it.
Okay, interesting. And for sure they're coming off a high. Like, we've
Yeah,
just seen
and
Burnt and Green,
I-
they got destroyed, kind of. I mean, the games were very close, but they did lose 2-0 to Drakir and Lucy, so they're coming on a bit of a downswing in terms of their morale, while Joke and E1 have just come on a very nice victory against Ike and Razzle, so they're clearly riding high. We'll have to see if they can keep that momentum going, and maybe things will go a little bit differently this time than they did in the first
And
series.
imagine if the boss doesn't take a completely fucked up path on
Yeah,
on
right.
winning in the first game.
Right.
They might just pull that game through, and they might ride the adrenaline high from winning that close of a game. So, I mean, there are no favorites here. I think
Yeah.
it's too close to say that there's a favorite.
Yeah. Every game so far has just been so close between every team. Like, it's really fun Legion to watch.
I mean, of course, you gotta say when Drakir and Lucy is in a game, they have to be the favorites. But
All right, we have finally got Mr. Green Spirit joining the lobby, so we should be able to get this elimination match underway sooner rather than later. It looks like the players are ready. Okay, so you're going to cheer for E1 and Joke. That means I have to cheer for Burnt and Green, so that at least the panel is balanced between the two of us.
and that's why I cheer for E1 and Joke, because that forces you to cheer for Burnt, and I know how much you hate it.
Ah, damn it! Yeah, I mean,
that's a checkmate right there, right?
Yeah, you are correct there, my friend. But guys, enough padding for time. Game number 1, the elimination match, is finally here. Let's see who manages to make it through to tomorrow's semi-final and who is going to go home with their tail wagging between their legs. Game number 1. Let's go.
Oh, you're not the slowest loader this game.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty impressive. Green Spirit's computer managing to be even heavier than mine right now.
Yeah. But hey, I heard this from Green Spirit that we cannot make fun of his computer because his dad built it for him.
Okay,
And he's a very skilled carpenter.
Nice, dude. All right, we get a cartel and a cash out from E1 and Joke, and a cash out and a Fiesta from Green Spirit. And
Good old
Scotsroll,
Fiesta.
I don't believe it! Despite having a
No.
50% reduced chance, Green Spirit has managed to roll the seedling with Fiesta. So, let's see, Chloropixie Fiesta. This is pretty spicy stuff.
But I mean, it's only 5 Mythium now.
That is true, and maybe that was the nerf that was needed all along, rather than
I think
the 50% reduced odds. Yeah, but you are right. With it only being 5, it's actually a pretty big nerf to how Pixie Fiesta works. And
It's not that big of a deal anymore.
it's still going to be strong, though, so we'll have to see how that pays out. And Burnt with the Crusher opener as well, just meaning that the waves are going to be super, super long.
Cash out Crusher, 5 workers. That's gonna be League from Green Spirit.
Yeah.
Burnt is gonna be loving this game. Oh, but Joke is gonna be able to push as well. E1 with the cartel and the Zeus opener. Zeus is a decent opener, but then again, I guess cartel makes it strong as well.
Yeah.
Let's see. Green is only adding 1. What's this?
I think it's good because the Pixie does more damage now, so it actually can hold sometimes if you build the 2 seedlings.
It can.
And Green Spirit there with his battle cry of Power Index as he reveals the Fiesta Pixie in this elimination match. Pretty juicy 25% leak there for the Grungeist. And Burnt Das Broke with his Crusher opener just making the wave as long as humanly possible. He did Snail against Joke, so that's a free 6 gold, of course. There's no way the Snail would have done any damage against a Flower opener. And Green Spirit, he will be able to go for a 60 cent here against E1. But guess what? E1 just stayed 4 workers. So
He identified the Fiesta and Stews on for 2.
He's going to be very,
mean-
very fine. Honestly, he probably could have just gone 5 workers and built 1 buzz, regardless.
Is he contemplating it here? No, he gets another bazooka. He wants to be able to hold.
Well, he's going to be very, very fine.
Does green doesn't add the snail? He adds right in the last second.
Now,
Oh,
green's
we
going to get
see-
another solid leak there.
See the ranger out of green. Is he just holding here? The
Oh,
ranger's
there's a post-income DT from Burnt into Joke. Wait a minute. Okay, no, he's doing fine. The Harpy is now on the DT, so he is going to leak.
Yeah. Green leaking 40, Joke leaking 48.
Yeah, but
That's a
crucially,
win.
E1 was able to fully hold against the 60-10, so him staying on 4 workers did pay off here. And of course, Burnt is able to fully cover his teammates, so there's no king damage still taken on both sides here. Despite it looks like
Oh.
spicy plays all around.
Oh god damn it! You switched to the in-game screen too soon, or too late. I mean, I just saw myself open the door.
Unlucky.
At least it's dark outside.
Oh, I bet you're wishing it was dark inside. Alright, so we have another income resend coming out on wave 3 from E1 and Joke. Burnt easily holding, and the 60 send against green. He did add the second Chloropixie here, so he's going to do quite well actually. This might be another pro leak for him.
I mean, it's not horrible, but it's still what 38.
52
even.
actually. That's worse than I thought. But of course, Burnt is able to fully cover, so even so, still no king damage to be taken here. And now Green Spirit pushes all the way up to 7 workers. We'll have to see what he does against E1.
He has 70 medium right now. But the thing about Zeus, it's decent 4, it's good 5, it's strong 6, and then it falls off 7 again. So you like.
Oh, he's actually going double Zeus here on E1. I thought for sure he would just build consorts where he'd be absolutely fine. The double Zeus is actually possibly leakable here, but having said that, his value is just off the charts here. He's going to be
Yes,
470
450
value because
and
he's going to add this buzz,
another
it looks
buzz.
like. So he's plus
Yeah,
30 here on E1.
And like Zeus with Steed, they have
Yeah.
so low mana that
Yeah.
the Steed really adds some extra damage.
Oh, but Green
And the
Spirit
fact that it
actually
just-
didn't add the snail, so he's probably expecting E1 to be overbuilt, and he just wants to
Yeah.
save that Mythium for for a rainy day.
And the lizard killed the boss, so it went down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think with
no matter what.
470 value, E1 is holding regardless of
Yeah.
focus there. I think he's just way too strong on the wave with that much. But look at this, we have Burnt and Green. Probably for the first time on the entire stream, we see Burnt and Green with the worker advantage. They both have 8, while E1 and Joke only have 8 and 7.
But it's just one worker.
It's just
But then
one
again,
worker,
Green-
but this is a monumentous occasion because I'm sure the folks at home never thought they would see Burnt and Green with a worker lead.
Perhaps not. And I mean, Burnt is the new overbuilder.
The new old overbuilder, dude. He's been overbuilding. But Green will hold the no send here. He's built too much here with the third Chloropixie. In fact, it looks like only one of them's going to die, so he won't even get much free Mythium here.
But he is also tied for the highest worker, so he doesn't care too much. The thing is, what's he gonna do for
For 7,
what's he gonna
right?
do for 7?
Yeah.
And what's Joke gonna do for 7? He has 100 Mythium already, but that's not gonna be enough for a Mimic. And we see Burnt on Green already 120, 130,
Yeah.
whereas E1 and Joke are 90 and 110.
E1 is shifting 70 gold here as well, so he correctly reads that the send is not coming on wave 6. He's going to shift
is
that
not,
gold,
like-
get a strong unit out for wave 7. He's going to build a Shadow Dancer, I guess.
Yeah. Is the Shadow Dancer the right play though?
I mean, it's his only play, looking at his role. Maybe he could go for the Boom Tree as well.
Maybe the Boom Tree?
Oh, this is very unfortunate for Green. He would have really loved an extra 5 Mythium there.
Yeah. Let's see, what do we have? It's a Mimic from Green.
The Mimic, though, I mean, it is going into the Tree of Knowledge, which is
goes for the
really
Boom Tree.
not great there.
And E1 has another 60 gold, which he can't use for anything really. He can add 3 bosses, which I suppose he will, but he's not going to be happy about that.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we actually get some pretty spicy sends coming from E1 and Joke as well. There's a
he just
mole
killed
from
the
E1.
bazooka.
There's a double brute from Joke.
And we see the Yosora here.
Yeah. I mean, with the Mimic going into the Tree of Knowledge, I feel like E1's just going to do pretty well here. Like, the tree goes down kind of early, but it kills a lot of the wave. And now the Zeuses are able to ignore the Mimic, just kill a couple more creeps. Sure, he's going to leak, but it's honestly not terrible. Meanwhile, Green Spirit 86%, E1 only 52, getting the bigger send there. And Joke on You, I mean, he only received income from Burnt, but he's easily holding and covering in the mid. Meanwhile, Burnt Das Builder, it looks like he is going to leak as well. Oh, it's very close.
85.
That mole has 85 hit points, but it's not enough. They're going to take a fair amount of damage here, actually, on the side of Burnt and Green. And we have full cover, actually, from Joke on You in the mid. So this is a very, very favourable trade here from E1 and Joke on You. They're in a solid position once again, but this does seem to be Team Power Index's game plan, Skovtrold. It looks like they favour playing really badly in the early game and then somehow trying to claw their way back in the late game.
And I mean, the power score says that they're ahead.
The power score says they're ahead. But
Jules says they're behind.
I mean, that seems like a perception issue to me.
I mean, what do we trust?
I think when in doubt, trust in Jules.
Worker. Yeah, probably.
Or can Green get all of his pixies killed? 2 of them go down.
2, yeah, the 3rd is gonna go down as well, right?
Yeah, it should.
Yeah, here it goes.
Mm-hmm.
And is he leaking a bit as well? No,
he's gonna hold this. The Daphnes are more than enough. He probably would have leaked a send.
He would have leaked some send. Like a dino would have.
Oh, but this could be a game changer now, because Green Spirit, he gets his King Claw without sending here, which means that he's going to be able to easily hold this income send from Joke on You. Now, Burnt Dasbrot, he is receiving a full send there with a mole from E1, who is going to add a brute as well after income, so he could be in some trouble here. He's not looking great, and the mole is just really good against everything on Burnt's board. You know, the Aqua Combo, the Elite Archer, even the Cursed Casket, pretty much everything is countered by that mole brute, so do expect to see a pretty big leak out of Burnt.
Yeah, it's also 200 against Green, so...
Yeah. I mean, it's all income, and the King Claw is insane, but the rest of his units are very bad here, like the Pixies,
it's all
the Rangers.
Income, but then again, it's a Drake. And the Drake does magic damage versus the King Claw, so...
Pretty solid. I mean, he might get a Fiesta, which would normally have been fantastic for him, but the fact that Burnt leaks 71% makes this lovely Fiesta here for Green much less appealing, right? Like, this is a 33%. Yeah. Normally, you would love that with Pixie Fiesta, but when your teammate's leaking 70, 80% there with the Mole, it's just, you know, they're taking King damage for fun here.
But I mean, King HP is a resource.
It is a resource, and they are certainly using it here. Meanwhile, we get a big counter send now on wave 10 from Burnt and Green. That is a 4 eyes from Burnt, which is really good actually against Joke on You, because he makes the Arctear, which, I mean, it's a fantastic tank against the wave 10 boss, but the 4 eyes is going to shred through that, I think.
But he has Arctear plus Death Cap.
Yeah.
And Death Cap might not do a lot of damage, but it's still a pretty decent tank on 10, and he does have the Sky Queen. And the Sky Queen is just one of the best damage dealers on 10.
Yeah, for sure. So all he needs to do is stall long enough for that Sky Queen to ramp up and just shred the boss.
Yeah.
He could only afford 3 snails, so not really any tank line in front of the boss there to speak of. But the 4 eyes is doing its work. The Arctear goes down. The Death Cap soon to follow. Having said that, the Sky Queen's doing its job very well as well. Meanwhile, the Mole and Fiend send into E1 results in a 59%, Joke on You 68%, and this counterattack seems to have been a great success, Skovtroll, because this is going to pretty much even up the King damage, I think.
There's a lot of ups on the left King though.
There is, and they have a couple of regen as
yeah,
well. So yeah, sure, they
HP is
drop
even
down
now.
to 50%. It's even, but the king the king upgrade advantage is on the side of E1 and Joke.
And the worker advantage is on the side on E1 and Joke.
Mm-hmm.
Although there is Cartel kicking in for E1 now. So
That is true. So he is now fairly chunkily behind in income compared to all of the other players. Now E1 and Joke are both taking the aggressive spell here with Lizard Army. I guess they're planning. I mean,
E1
surely they just go 13, right? Because Burnt is showing Aquas and Archers, and Green is showing. Well, he didn't show it until now, but revealing the Shadow Dancer. And
Has
if
to
he
be
just
13,
gets that, yeah, it has to be
14 doesn't
13,
work.
right?
And what do we see? We see a Polarizer, of course. Polarizer on the Shadow, which is going to counter 13 so well.
Yeah.
He even... Green just shifts the...
He shifts some gold here. He was confident that there was no send coming here on wave 11.
He put down the Graal and he sold it.
Yeah, good play there, because it means he can get the Dread Knight out without having to send any Mythium, which just makes him very, very, very strong on wave 12.
And let's see, the Shadow just about manages to stay alive here.
Yeah. Again, he may have leaked there to a resend, but he would have been happy with that as a Fiesta player, I think, given how strong Burnt was. So
there
now they reveal
Dread Knight Pulverize.
Dread Knight Pulverizer, Trinity Archer Pulverizer, but the send is not coming here on 12. It looks like it will be a 13 send. I mean, it has to be a 13 send from both teams, right?
Dread Knight Pulv is still strong on 13 because it attacks so fast.
Yeah, right. I feel like Burnt and Green, they might even go for an Income King play on 13, because E1 is just an absolute god on 13 with all of those Zeuses.
Yeah, they are, like E1 and Joke, they are exactly 58 gold behind, because Green is 58 gold ahead of E1. Joke and Burnt on completely even income. Although all that's going to change after wave 13 here.
Green Spirit's actually on fire. I mean, the game may very well end here on wave 13 one way or the other, and it looks like there is a full send coming out from Burnt and Green. They do not go for an Income King play. We have Siege Realm, we have Four Eyes, and the sends from all players are pretty massive here. Remember,
Green goes for the double Berserker.
Yeah, I mean, it's solid, it's good tank, it's even good damage on 13. We have Fatalizer here from Burnt as well, but the sends are really, really enormous, Scovtroll, coming from E1 and Joke. They have the worker lead, and they have that Lizard Army as well. So, sure, Burnt and Green are looking fairly strong here, both, but the sends are absolutely enormous.
The sends are really huge. Green, but now they're doing King attack. That's kind of a weird middle way.
I think it's fine because he only had 40 Mythium left over, so
of course,
like he doesn't want to add another tank because he really wants that Siege Ram to tank all the Zeus damage. And it looks like that's working out actually, because E1 is going to leak decently here. Joke on you with that Arc of Justice. He's doing really well, but that will be a leak as well, I think. Meanwhile, Green Spirit 119% leak. Burnt Dasbro, I mean, he's doing well, but it's still 63%, and they just die here, right?
They just did.
And Joke on you clutching the hold. What a beast.
They needed to go for the
Income King would have kept them in the game here, but maybe they felt like that's just a losing position regardless.
I wonder if is it a losing position though?
Maybe not. Like maybe they take the Income King there. They accept all of the free gold from the Lizard Army. They survive because they're probably still leaking. Like Green is definitely still leaking, even with an Income King. Burnt can maybe hold with a tiny bit of extra gold, but I mean maybe not. Like the income only gives him an extra 10 gold or so on wave 13. But the thing is, all of the King upgrades would have allowed them to survive there for sure, right?
Yeah.
And then they're fairly comfortable actually, because look, Green already has 60 more income than E1.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I don't know. It's kind of close. I don't hate them going for it there with the full send, but
look at Joke. Like on 12, he has the Halo. He has one Yosora. He has one Arctear.
Yeah.
He also has the Death Cap. I mean, Death Cap is not the strongest on 13 for damage.
Yeah. But he's pretty strong, right? He's pretty strong.
It's decent, and you know that the Arc of Justice is coming in.
Yeah.
And Burnt is only able to send 320.
Yeah.
So sure, he doesn't get a lot of extra gold,
Yeah.
but maybe green gets a lot of extra gold.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, yeah, he probably gets 12 more gold or something like this, but it's yeah, I don't know. I think with the king upgrades, they're pretty much guaranteed to survive. But they're still gonna leak. They're still gonna drop to super low king HP. I don't know. It's a hard one to call. I don't hate them going for a winning play here with a full send because maybe like one of them suicides or something.
Look at this. Burnt wants to go on the team with Joke.
All right.
Or maybe Joke just joined and doesn't want to go to the West team. Maybe Green and Burnt really wants these team.
Enough dissection of the previous game. It's time to move on to the next.
E1 is restarting his PC though.
Okay. Alright, okay, so we have to wait a couple of minutes, it seems, for E1. So, I mean, Scottrold, it seems like you called it correctly, dude. You said that Joke and E1 were going to clutch this one, and they seemed pretty dominant in that game, honestly. Like, this seems like the most one-sided game I think we've had on stream so far, with Joke and E1 pretty much in the lead from start to finish on that one, and just making the correct decisions, right? Like the Lizard Army.
Well, no, this game... Burnt and Green were ahead at some point in the early game.
Okay, but it felt, at least to me, it felt like Joke and E1 had control of the game. Like they were dictating the pace of the game. Do you know what I mean? Like they were putting pressure on their opponents the most. They were forcing sends when they wanted to send. You know, they were receiving on their strong waves, sending on the enemy's weak waves, while Burnt and Green were maybe forced into a more reactive position rather than a proactive one. So that's something I think they need to change now going into game number 2 if they want to turn things around. They can't just let Joke and E1 push them around and dictate the pace of the game. Like Burnt and Green, they need to identify the weak waves as their enemies and really hammer those home, because if they don't do that, E1 and Joke are just going to find all their weaknesses and really punish them for it.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, so it is now 1-0 in favour of Never Push, Never Send. And Power Index, I mean, they need to win this next one, dude, because they are just out of the competition if they don't. So it'd be really interesting to see how that one goes. And it looks like... still no E1. Oh, no, he is back.
E1. And Green Spirit just took a decision.
Mm-hmm.
Because Joke was in Green Spirit spot. So Green Spirit, I think, kicked out Joke.
Green Spirit helping me out there with my overlay. Very nice, very nice.
Yeah.
And guys, it looks like game number 1 should be underway pretty soon. Game number 2, even.
Game number 2, game number 5, it feels like.
Yeah, this has been a long old stream. Come on, guys. This is one of those moments where, you know, it is ready to go. We've run out of things to say, and the players are just not pressing the start button. Like, come on, what's going on?
Right,
there we go.
As with all thing in gaming, you just gotta complain a bit, and then
Jules? Oh, okay, guys. This is a very important match now. E1 and Joke on You have match point advantage here. If they win this next game, they are through to tomorrow's semis. Green and Burnt, they need to win if they want a chance of game number 3. So, that said, game number 2, let's go.
And E1 and Joke on You? Are E1 and Joke 1 gonna be able to pull off the good old submarine? lose the first game, but pick it home in the end.
Oh yeah, the reverse sweep.
Yeah.
I would have loved to see a double fiesta from E1 and Joke, but it seems like they're taking the elimination match a little bit more seriously than they did in round number 1. So they're playing trustworthy Fiesta Cartel. Very strong
E1,
pairing there.
E1 has the Windhawk.
Yeah.
Windhawk, Butcher, Avenger.
Pretty solid.
Green Devil early.
He's got Aquas as well, like the Rogue Wave.
For the pierce damage, yeah.
The Rogue Wave is really strong with Windhawk, and even the Avenger actually, because I think the splash damage counts as spell damage. So The Rogue Wave can really enhance that damage.
And what do we see out of Joke? We see potential.
Well, Joke has potential for sure, dude. Like, he has Trinity Archer with Phoenix, with APS, and then just some cost-effective tanks as well with the Alpha Male, with the Veteran, and Boom Trees just for fun. But he actually doesn't pick up the Fire Lord. He's gone for a much more aggressive role there. The most expensive unit in his role being the APS.
Interesting. I do love some good early game roles.
Yeah. Meanwhile, E1 actually opting to go for the Atom Start instead of the Windhawk. He is receiving a Snail, though, so this is going to be a pretty big leak here.
Oh, you hate to see it.
Yeah. I mean, Joke on You receives a Snail as well. Now, he's going to clear that because he added a PoE, but his Archer's going to be fairly low HP, meaning that this 67% leak here from E1, he's not going to be able to kill nearly any of this, I think.
No, he's not. Is he killing anything? Because maybe one.
He gets one.
He gets one.
Oh, he gets two.
Another.
He gets three. Okay. I take it back.
Yeah, it does. They have so low HP and Archers.
Still a fairly good start, I think, for Green Spirit and Burnt Das Broat. And, of course, resending here on Wave 2. E1 did push straight up to 6 workers, so he's going to leak pretty decently here to this Snail resend from Burnt Das Broat. Joke will easily hold the resend again, and this time I think he'll be able to full cover as well.
Yeah, now he has 2 PoEs, and the Archer deals way more damage here, while taking just a little bit more.
Joke on You, the man with 2 PoEs, you heard it here first. Meanwhile, E1 receiving the Snail again. He's going to leak pretty big. What percentage do we get out of this? That's a 75%. Yeah, that's pretty chunky, actually.
But the Elite Archer has more than twice the HP this time.
Yeah.
The typing is much better this time. Let's see what he kills.
He's just full holding, right? Yeah, he's full covering in the mid.
Leaks 1.
What a beast.
No, 31 HP, he doesn't even leak 1.
And here we get a Brute send, actually, from E1. This is, I think, maybe the first time we've seen like a Brute on 3 in the whole tournament, so kind of interesting there.
A Brute on 3 is so expensive.
It's so expensive. It's -3 income every way for the rest of the game. And you know what? I don't even know if it's going to work here. Green Spirit, he's on 315 value. It's probably really important whether the Brute goes straight on the Priestess or not. So let's just zoom in on this and see what happens. And the Brute is going on to the bees. So yeah, I mean, he may even just full hold this.
He is going to full hold. Pretty sure, because
Priestess is so strong, and the consort death rattle on the Brute just gets it sniped instantly there. Easy hold for Green Spirit again. He even calls the -3 in chat. What an absolute monster! Nice luck from E1.
Luck, but that's not really luck though.
Yeah, I think even without the snipe, he was still gonna hold there, or at least leak very, very small. Meanwhile, though, Burnt Das Broat, the cartel player, leaking way more than expected against 3 snails. Kind of interesting there.
How did he leak to snails?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's kind of low value. It was only 3 snails that he received there, so clearly Burnt Das Broat just showing us. Yeah, he should have been holding there, or at least doing way better than, what was this? A 68% leak? Yeah, that's... Yeah. I guess we were watching the wrong lane, dude.
I mean, yeah, but then again, we were watching the right lane because the Brute really could have had impact.
Yeah, the Brute was the real threat. Clearly, Burnt just managed to build poorly enough to leak to 3 snails. Oh, that dino. Oh, it kills the Archer. Oh, that changes things. This can be a very interesting one now. Meanwhile, E1, I mean, he's the Fiesta player. He's leaking 58% against 100 send. Yeah. That's a pretty solid Fiesta performance. Problem is, Joke on You is supposed to cover this, and he's actually leaking with 415 value against just a dino. He's saying nice after ink, but I don't even think that was post income from Green. All right, here's another brute, this time coming out from Joe Konyu into Burnt Das Brot, but Burnt is very high value, 475 here. The Sun Fang Howler combo, pretty good damage against the boss with the way that passive works, and assuming that this Elite Archer can survive the damage of the Scorpion King, this should be a very nice hold actually from Burnt.
It's going to be interesting to see how well he holds. And what's gonna happen in E1 doesn't send, so even if it goes through.
I mean, this tanking is just absolutely perfect here. The Elite Archer taking all of the damage from the Scorpion King, but it does survive, so now it's just on 14% HP, continuing to do damage while all of his natural HP stays alive, tanking that damage from the Brute and the rest of the wave. And it's just an easy hold. Really nice performance there from Burnt. Meanwhile, E1 does hold the Lizard Resend. Joe Konyu, though, he's leaking fairly big here, 56% against 5 snails.
It is stacks for the Angler.
It is.
How many? 14 stacks if it survives?
Oh, actually, it's getting all of these kills. Okay. That's pretty good.
Interesting ad with the Angler this late in the game.
Alright, now we get income resends all around with a Cannoneer from E1 into green. He's adding the Grawl though, which is just, I mean, the perfect tank against a Cannoneer here. Meanwhile, his Priestess will be able to clear up everything on the left, and he just has the ability then to sell that Grawl to upgrade the Azeria whenever he needs it.
Maybe he needs to... Does he need to sell it right away though?
Yeah, because of how high up it is, maybe.
I mean, wave 7 and actually 6, 7, 8 doesn't mind the high split, because wave 6 is really weird, but wave 7 is also kind of weird in this pathing because it's only 10 creeps.
Yeah, that is an easy hold for Green Spirit, but I need to point something out here, Scottroll, because E1 Balls of Steel went into wave 6 with 480 value. He's full shifting, so he can build either a Bunk or a Millennium on wave 7. But Green Spirit could have sent him 120 Mythium here on wave 6. He would have been absolutely dead.
Yeah.
But he read it correctly. I mean, Burnt Das Brot, sorry. So Burnt only sent him a snail. He could have sent him a 120. E1 would have been absolutely ruined. But the read, it pays off. And as a result, he gets this Bunk out on 7. He's very safe now for 7 and 8. Although Burnt can maybe send something like an Ogre on 8, so could still be a threat there.
I think you see the Bunk and then you just go 9.
Maybe, yeah.
What does E1 have for 9?
Well, for 9, he should almost certainly have a Kingpin, because he's going to upgrade to Bounty Hunter on 8, I would imagine.
But it's going to be a Kingpin on 87 stacks.
Yeah.
What's he going to do against an Ogre and a Brood?
True, but he'll also have the power of value by that point as well, so be interesting to see how that pays off for him.
Maybe, but with how bad everything, and sure, the Kingpin is a decent tank, but there's not a lot of damage behind it.
Alright, Joe Konyu is holding
Burnt
the
is
income.
already on 220 Mythium.
Yeah.
Oh,
he does go for the
Ogre.
He does. Okay. And yeah, E1 going for that Bounty Hunter upgrade, adding a Gargoyle in the split as well. But the send is pretty big here, and like the Ogre is really, really good against the Bunk.
What does E1 do? He downgraded... Oh, he did.
I think he's just making up his mind of what he wants to build, yeah. I mean, he's really high value, 965, but the send coming out from Burnt here is pretty massive indeed. It's an Ogre, it's 3 snails as backup. Let's have a look. E1, how can you do here?
Right, how is the Ogre doing? What dies
The Ogre's
first?
going down really, really fast actually. Now, the Bunk is dead, but it's certainly done its job there. It's weakened half of the wave. The Atom's now able to pick off a few more of the Cobras. Still a 67% leak there from E1, but again, this was a 260 Mythium send.
He has Fiesta and as a Trinity to full cover.
Yeah, so again, 0 king damage on the side of Never Push, Never Send. Alright, we have Mole Hermit send here from Joe Konyu into the Trinity Archers of Burnt Das Brot, so do expect a big leak here. But having said that, he's got options, because he can play either a Soulgate, which is fantastic on 9, or he can place the Tree of Knowledge, which is also fantastic on 9, and it looks like he's going for the tree.
He goes for the tree.
Interesting.
Which, I wonder if it's better to put it further back, maybe even, so it tanks a bit later.
He's actually block building here on the side of Burnt, which is interesting because he does have auras there with the APS. Alright, so
Maybe he didn't see
240
it.
for Burnt, 220 for Joke. Both players on the Trinity Archers, so should see a couple of decently sized leaks here. But let's see this Boom Tree. Oh, we just missed it. Sorry for the shoddy camera work there, guys. But the Boom Tree dealing infinite damage against the wave. And as a result, Burnt Dasprote, despite the Trinity Archers being very poorly typed here, I mean, he's just full holding Scoff. What a beast.
What a beast indeed.
But Joke
And
on
the
you
other
as well, though.
Trinity
It
is
looks like the
also
same
full
story
holdings.
over here.
Guys, you saw it here first. Trinity is good on 9.
Okay. I mean, value is good on 9. And Joke on you,
It's value.
1165.
It's value.
Burnt Dasprote, 1215. It seems that is the magic number to be able to hold a Mole Hermit on 9.
And yeah, here comes another block build.
I kind of see what he's doing, actually. So he wants his regen gates here. He'll have Trees of Life here. And he's probably just going to save the APS for his Trinity Archers rather than trying to get them on the
that makes
gates as
sense.
well.
I do not like the gates so far back, though. The travel time for the creeps, especially when you're regening.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
I think there's some lost potential there.
You're not wrong. Alright, everyone chilling with their Mythium here. We have a big threat shaping up in E1's bag here, though. He has 400 Mythium already.
Is he gonna Fiesta here?
He is going to Fiesta here as well, right? This is just so perfect for him. Oh, wait, no, there's 2 creeps. He just holds. Oh, that would have been the best Fiesta of all time. All right.
E1 Venture, Burnt Venture.
Now, Green Spirit clearly cannot afford to venture because he's receiving an enormous send here from E1. But he does get the Azeria online, which is obviously fantastic. Wave 11.
Yeah.
He's got 68 gold left as well. I assume he probably just builds some bosses, honestly. Like, he knows the send is going to be massive. Although it's possible he just expects the send to come on wave 12, where he is admittedly weaker with Priestess and things, so maybe he's going to shift a bit of gold here.
He doesn't have much.
Oh, no. He goes for the loan. Okay.
I like that.
Yeah. I mean, he's just going to full hold now, right? Like, it's a 480
full hold,
Mythium
full
send. He picked up the loan. He's just going to be fine. But having said that, E1 and Joke, they both get to take the venture. And meanwhile, Green Spirit was forced into the loan. Like, sure, it guarantees him a hold here on wave 11. But it comes with a 36 income penalty as well. And the other players in the game have venture.
And E1, they're both just full holding.
Mm-hmm.
So no punish for the venture.
No punish
Maybe
for the venture.
E1 even pro leagues here.
I think
pro?
Green
No,
Spirit is gonna. Yeah, Green is pro leaking, so that is a
Green's
25
even
gold
leaking.
shutdown though. Oh, E1 though. Okay, this is the perfect Fiesta. It's a shame it didn't come on 10 because he would have got so much more to send here on 11.
Yeah.
But leaking a Cannoneer on wave 11 against a
And Green
260
leaks for
send?
the shutdown. And
Yeah.
we have 2 ventures on E1 and Joke, and Green has a loan.
Yeah, this feels
And
like
Green still leaks.
a very favourable trade for E1 and Joke on you, right?
Yeah. And sure, Jules says 61.39 right now, but that's because Green has the inflated loan right now.
Uh-huh.
But wait till wave 13 when the bonus gold from Venture comes in for E1 and Joke.
Yeah, things are going to turn around, right? Like Green Spirit,
Things are- yeah.
his power score is kind of fake right now because he took 200 extra gold in the form of loan, while all the other players took 105 minus gold with the venture.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
those power scores are going to change drastically
That's
on wave 13.
315 difference.
This is fantastic though. So building his egg here, he knows that E1 has just spent all of his Mythium on wave 11. He's looking pretty strong on wave 13, and he just wants to get that egg out on wave 14, 15, where he's otherwise a little bit weaker. So pretty solid.
Pretty solid indeed.
And I'm sure E1 and Joke cannot send here. Yeah, they don't. So even though they see the egg there from Green Spirit, they have no plans to try
Yeah.
and break it.
The egg is just gonna survive every time. Oh, but look at Green Spirit's build.
Yeah, he
Green has
just looks
such
so
a high-
strong. Like,
High value roll.
Wait, when is he weak? Maybe wave 16 is his first proper weak wave? Because he's looking super solid on wave 14 and 15.
Yeah, this Wildsroom is a bit questionable, I think.
It's yeah, I see what he's doing. He just wants a little bit more meat in the split. I think it's fine.
Yeah, but like you could put a boss up here, I'd just make it a consort then.
Yeah, I can see it. But he's just not expecting us to end here. He thinks it's going to come 14, 15.
Of course, he wants to sell it again for later waves. So I guess that's it. But like, no one sends on 13 with so much venture in the game.
Yeah, and everyone's chilling here
Green's
as well.
still on top of the game, but that's because the Hydra kicking in. Now he has the Ocean Templar. How much more gold does he has? Oh, he needs to sell a boss to get the Wildsroom, but he doesn't want to sell a boss because
I think he knows the send isn't coming here. Like, Burnt is so strong on wave 14 with the slime mummies, with the triple Trinity Archer on an APS as well. Like, Burnt is never leaking wave 14 here. He's so strong. So Green can easily afford to just shift the gold here. He's not really under any threat. All right, but all of the players must be feeling the pressure now, though, because we've got more than 500 Mythium in everybody's bank, and
E1
even
trailing a little bit.
Yeah,
Mythium, but at the end of the day, it's not too much.
I think both. They send. I was just about to say I think they're going to go for a 16 send, but no. E1 and Joke, they have 16 in their sights, but Green and Burnt, they pulled the trigger here on 15. We'll have to see if this pays off for them, because Joke on You, he's looking really strong here with the Chieftains, with the Veteran to take all of that HP buff. Yeah. And, I mean, E1, with all of these Fire Aquas as well, that's a lot of magic damage bouncing around.
Oh, Joke is expecting the 16 send.
Oh, what's he building? Oh, he's building boom trees.
He's building boom trees.
Okay. This could change things.
And he adds a treant up here. What's this?
They do the king up. They do upgrade the king though, so they're kind of hedging their bets a little bit there. They understand that they're a bit weak here.
The ram goes right.
That's kind of okay. It keeps his veterans away from the wave, but all of this damage is already on the boss. I don't think he can kill it in time, though. He's just going to leak that on low HP. So yeah, 128% there for Joke. And meanwhile, I mean, E1, he's doing really, really well here, but he's not quite able to hold. He's just leaking a very low HP boss, though.
A boss on low HP like this is not the end of the world. And the other boss is also low, so both bosses are low, which means that the wave isn't going to do that much damage, and there's a lot of king. They fully upped the king attack.
They did. But now Green Spirit and Burnt are going for a full resend here on wave 16. We'll have to see. That's kind of an interesting one.
Oh my god, there are so many Aquas Fire Alice from from E1.
Yeah.
And E1 and Joke, they're just holding.
Yeah, but this is really good here from Green Spirit and Burnt, because E1 and Joke, they're thinking, in fact, Joke on You's full pushing, right? So they're going for a kill on 17. But the thing is, Green Spirit and Burnt, they know that that's happening. They've made a call here. They've said, E1 and Joke, they're going to cringe us. They're going to go for a wave 17. So what we're going to do is undercut them with this wave 16 full resend. Like, if they do Income King here, E1 and Joke are absolutely fine with that. Joke pro leaks, E1 holds, they take no king damage. But against this full resend here, this could just be game-ending, Skov.
It could. The good old wave 16 resend. It's not, wave 16 is not good for 100%ing the boss, but it's really good for...
it's very, very good for dealing 43%, I think.
Yeah.
The boom tree goes off, but yeah, I mean, Joke on You clearly leaking everything here, and E1 as well, 74% for Joke, 80% for E1, lovely read there from Green and Burnt, absolutely love it, and now the series is tied. It is a 1-1, because the Power Index take this game number 2. Very well played there from Green Spirit and Burnt Aspro. Credit where due. That was a nice read of the game.
That was some nice shot calling.
Alright, let me update the scoreboard. And Skovdrog, you know what that means? We do get game number 3.
We have a barn burner.
Absolutely fantastic. I love that play. That was very, very good game reading there from Green Spirit and Burnt. They got a ton of damage done on 15. They read the E1 and Joke were either going to suicide push into 16 or skip, and they just know that, even if E1 and Joke send there on 16, there's a good chance that Green and Burnt win the race with this resend. But also if they skip, it almost guarantees a win. And we saw that pay off for them here, so really, really well played.
No tank value on E1.
Yeah.
Joke had some decent tank value with the walks, with the lions, but it wasn't enough.
It just wasn't enough. It was a really nice play actually from Green and Burnt. So yeah, as a result, the series is tied, and that means that everything is to play for now. We're going into the final game of the final series of the day, and this really could go either way, man. Like, it's so close to call between these two teams, and either way, I don't even care who wins at this stage because the quality of game has just been so high.
It has been an absolute pleasure so far, and we still have one more game.
All right, still no lobbies available. At least I don't see the lobby.
No, me neither. So E1 was 17, Jogan was 20. And you see them already pushing hard right at the start of the wave. Like, at least E1, he pushed 4 workers before 5. He just full pushed 6 workers even. There's a Joke on you game.
I mean, there's a chance as well that had E1 and Joke sent on wave 16, because Burnt and Green just had no king upgrades, right? So I think they had the king HP, but they didn't have any upgrades. So they could easily get one shot there on wave 16, I think.
E1 has pushed 7 workers, Joke on you has pushed 3, but he pushes even more when he gets the income.
Yeah. Alright, the lobby is up. We're just waiting for E1, and then we will get the all-important game number 3.
Yeah, E1 pushes 9 workers. I think Joke does the same.
Going into wave
they both
16?
push 9 worker. That's a 900 gold. Imagine if they push nothing.
I think even if they push nothing, they're probably leaking there.
They're probably leaking, but how bad are they leaking?
Yeah,
imagine if they both have 450 extra gold. They could both have 450 extra gold.
Yeah, they could. And 450 extra gold worth of aquas might have just let E1 hold there as well, because, I mean, his leak percentage was quite big, but everything was super low HP, right, because of how the aqua AoE works. Oh, but guys, that's enough. Enough preamble. The game that you've all been waiting for is here. It is game number 3. We have Never Push, Never Send on the left, up against the Power Index on the right. It is 1-1. The winner makes it through till tomorrow. The loser goes home with nothing. Let's go.
Joke on you, Fiesta.
Fiesta Cartel snap pick, and a cash out Cartel on the other side. Okay, this is an interesting one. And actually, I think this is the first game with no aggressive mastermind spells as well. There's only 3 defensive spells in this one.
Yeah. But there is some hard scaling. We have investment, we have battle scars. What are we going to see from that?
Yeah, I mean, this game could end up going very late.
You see what Joke has?
I see he has Consort. Oh! Joke on you, he also has the Wild Shroom Tree of Life combo, which is absolutely broken. I think the Power Index is going to absolutely love to see the Canopy Tree of Life combo, because that is a Power Index approved combo, so we'll have to see how this one plays out.
It is a strong combo, but imagine we need E1 to have something strong on 12, and he has Harpies, so Harpies, Gates, and the King Claws.
The other problem as well, of course, is that Joke on you is playing Fiesta, but with the with the Shroom and the And the Tree of Life, like, he can just never leak again, right? So how is he going to get his
No,
Fiesta
but,
value?
but you get it when you need to stabilize.
Hmm.
I do not like Joke's approach here.
He had Consort, right? So this,
He had
this is a bit of a
Consort,
weird one.
And he goes Harpy. He picks Harpy. He picks Yosora. I mean, I like Yosora, but I mean, I see what he's doing. He wants Millennium plus Dark Mage.
Yep, yeah. I can, and the Dark Mage, of course, is really good with the Sky Queen as well. But I just think, yeah. I mean, having said that as well, he did receive a snail, so if he did go for the Consort opener, it would have been a really big leak. And now he's just going to go 6 workers with his Yozora, right? And just kind of fuff on it and hope to leak on wave 3.
Yeah. Do we see a Harpy opener? There is a fun Harpy. It's just a Harpy from Green Spirit. And we have Crusher with Howler from Burnt and 6 workers.
Very,
That's
very
cash out
nice.
for you. No snail here.
That's pretty juicy. But having said that, he could be under a bit of threat here from Joke on You on wave 3 or 4, right? Because, I mean, Howler Crusher is fine, but he's just never killing a Dino on 4, for example.
No, and Joke can...
Oh, and Joke does go 6 workers. I think he's going to get his wish to leak here because Green Spirit will be sending him 60 Mythium here on wave 3. And the most that Joke can add, I think, is 1 Harpy. Yeah.
But a Harpy is decent add here.
Yeah. It's solid damage. Like it's
Is
really
Green
cost effective.
Green is gonna add
DPS.
another snail.
He will,
So-
yeah. I'm fairly certain Green will add the snail. Alright, E1, of course, with he stayed 4 workers. He's got 3 gargoyles added to his Sky Queen. He's easily holding, easily covering. So it's just a question of how badly Joke on You's going to leak. But having said that, Burnt Dasbrot, he's going to go for a little bit of a leak himself, I think, against this 60 Mythium send.
Let's see how the Crusher's big. Burnt has 2 gargoyles.
Alright, the
And they're
Yozora for
tanking
Joke on You
perfectly.
is already down. That is going to be a pretty big leak for him.
The turtle is on the
58%.
gargoyle.
Oh, yeah,
The
I mean,
Crusher-
actually,
the
the
Crusher's
aggro is
crushing
kind
it.
of perfect for Burnt Dasbrot. The way that
And
all
the
of his
gargoyle
units are
turns
split
around.
tanking. I mean, I said he's in trouble, but he's just going to full hold, right?
I mean, yeah, the Crusher.
Wow.
Crusher has 1800 damage taken.
Yeah, the Crush has 1800 damage taken. It's taken nearly double its HP because of that regen. Such a strong ability in the early game. Of course, E1 is able to cover, but remember, he stayed 4 workers for this, so this is pretty
Yeah.
favourable for Burnt and Green.
But there's the Fiesta bonus for Joke, and E1 pushes to 6 workers now. He gets the Dino, and what is Green gonna do against the Dino? Those Harpies are gonna run straight into the Dino, and
Yeah.
he has a 230 value fighter, but it's a Cage of Pain, which will probably go down before the second sum or the second spell. So is he just leaking 128 here?
I mean, it's all a question. Oh, the Harpies actually kill one of the chickens at least. Oh, and
Yeah.
another one. So it is reducing the damage. Can the cage get the second spell off? I think
No,
it's
it
going to die
cannot.
too soon, and he can just never kill the dino. Wait, no, he
He
does.
kills the Dino.
Ah,
he does
he's
kill the
actually.
dino.
I mean, it's a
That's big.
75% leak, so it could have been much worse. The thing is, Green Spirit could have added a 4th Harpy there, and maybe that would have been a difference maker. Because sure, it's 75%, but everything's super low here.
But Crusher, crushing
Yeah.
it.
So Burnt, easy holding. And this is just full cover in the mid, right, with the Sea Dragon to back it up. Easy
Yeah.
cover.
Easy. What's he gonna end up at? 2900, 3000 damage taking Crusher. I mean, sure it has. Yeah, 3007. Sure it has the Sea Dragon as well.
Yeah.
But that's 30 HP per gold
Yeah.
almost.
Alright, joke on you. He upgrades his Sky Queen here. He is receiving 120 Mythium Send from Green. E1. I mean, he has 2 Sky Queens now, but no real tank lines to back it up. I mean, he's got.
No.
I think he should be fine because he's just got 540 value here. But I think his Sky Queen to tank ratio is a little bit lacking.
460, or 540 and 475. They have so much value. And Sky Queen is an interesting unit on 5 because it tanks well, the typing is not the best for damage, but it gets to stay alive. So it gets to
E1's
ramp.
just fine. Like 540 value is just too much to
Yeah.
leak on wave 5. Green Spirit does leak 47% to the Brute there. Joke on
has
You
a
gets
nice-
a very nice Fiesta actually, 39% versus a 120 send. He's really happy with that, I think.
I wonder how Joke is doing against 3 turtles. I feel like Turtle is pretty good on 5 against Sky Queen because of the magic damage, and it's not tanking there, and it's pretty efficient in terms of DPS. I guess the Dino kind of helps kill the Yosora,
Yeah.
but the wave already kills the Yosora pretty quickly, and then you have a Dino going into the Sky Queen.
Here's another Brute, though, coming out from E1. I mean, Green Spirit, I think, has a pretty good chance to hold here. He stayed high value, 595 here. Devilfish is the best tank in the world on wave 6. And I think he's going to be just completely fine. And the thing is,
Yeah.
sure, he was leaked on wave 5 with that Brute from E1. But this is a -3 income penalty for the rest of the game for E1, right? So
Yeah, now it's -6. Those things really scale up.
they really add up,
Look,
yeah.
four
It looks like
and
he
a
is going to
creep
get a
and
leak
Brute.
here, but it's not a bad one. Does he kill the
No,
other Rocco? He does.
Yeah, he kills one. That's what, 36?
Yeah, 30% leak
to
there for
30.
Green. Burnt Dasbro, of course, covering in the mid as well. So, yeah, I mean, sure, E1's getting some chip damage here against Green, but his income is the one that's going to pay in the long run.
Yeah.
Alright, we just get more income sends coming out from Joke and Green. Although Joke with his canopy here, he's going to be more than fine. And of course the snails into Burnt are not even planning to get any damage done. He just wanted a little bit of income.
Yeah. He has 4 gold, so he knew exactly what he needed. And he needed the canopy.
Alright, so not really expecting anything particularly spicy to happen here. All players just going to hold their lanes on wave 7, it seems. But having said that, Joke on You, he has got nearly 200 Mythium stored up now. I guess the fact that he had to send a couple of snails here indicates that it's probably going to be a wave 9 send from Joke and E1.
9, but look what... oh wait, I'm looking. But yeah, 9 is... An Ogre on 9... That's gonna... An Ogre on 9 is gonna devastate Burnt. And also Green for that matter. They're both really weak on 9. What can we... Oh, but I say that, and Green adds a gate.
He builds a
And he
gate on
can
8, yeah. So that's a
And he
really
can
good
add
read
another
there.
Gate.
That's a really good read there from Green Spirit. Gate, of course, very weak unit on wave 8, but he correctly reads that Joke and E1 are going for a wave 9 send, so he can just build this Soul Gate here, add the second one on wave 9, like you say, and he's just pretty much unleakable if he has 2 Soul Gates on wave 9, right?
Yeah, he doesn't care that Gate is weak on 8, because he has the Iron Maiden, he has the Sky Queen.
Yeah.
And those 2 units are strong on it.
Exactly. Now, E1 receiving a couple of dinos here. Looks like he's going to be just fine. The double Sky Queens shredding. Although, having said that, he is going to pro leak, right? Or...
Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit.
But again, he's actually really fine if
it's
he
not
does.
Even,
That's
I
kind of
want-
unfortunate.
I think a snail leaks him, but then again, the snail leaks very little, so it's
Yeah.
actually pretty good judgment to not send the snail.
Oh, he would have
think
loved to pro leak there. Like if E1
He
leaks
would've-
a couple of creeps on wave 8, that's
Yeah,
really good
but-
for him.
As a snail is 1 or 2 creeps leaked, which. And look at the workers. Look at the workers. Penny.
Yeah, 17
E1
workers on
E1
Joke.
has 1 worker fewer than Burnt and Green combined.
Well, you say that for E1, but Joke on You has the same number.
And
Like these
Joke
guys are.
has the same amount of workers, exactly. They are almost twice the workers.
Yeah, Burnt and Green really showing us how low they can make their worker number be in every game so far, it
And the
seems.
income is it exactly even?
It's pretty close, yeah. We have a 360 send here for Burnt Das Brote to deal with, a 260 for Green Spirit. He
Oh, but
didn't
they
go for the
leaked-
second
they
gate, by the
leaked.
way.
E1 and Joke on You league.
Okay, it's a no send, 50%. Burnt Das Brote leaks 79. Green Spirit, though, that's just a full hold from him.
He sniped the ogre. You need to send a brute with the. You always need to send a brute with the ogre, otherwise it gets sniped
Yeah.
on 9.
And as a result of this, Sculptroll, Joke on You and E1, they're actually going to take more king damage versus no send than Burnt Dasbroat and Green Spirit are going to take versus the 360 and the 260. So that's really, really good for these guys.
What's the value like? They are so far behind the value. Joke is just...
They're really far behind on value, but they're
really
still massively in the lead in terms of workers, though.
Massively ahead in workers. What is 35 versus 27?
Yeah. The thing is, I mean, Joke's just going to leak to no send again here, right? I mean, what's he going to do with 172 gold?
Oh, and Joke on You, he doesn't get the Canopy Tree of Life combo rolling before it's kinda too late.
Yeah, like it's already starting to fall off, right?
Like the
he's actually
big
gonna hold.
You get it for 8, so you have you can never leak 8. I think.
Yeah.
With you can of course, but you can just hold the wave so slowly.
All right, this is going to be an interesting one now because Burnt and Green, they both go for income sends here on wave 11 into Joke and E1. Joke's value is very, very low. He does now have the Tree of Life canopy online, and he's only receiving an income send. So
yeah,
he might actually do really well because, sure, the regen falls off when you get later into the game, but when you're only getting income sends, the regen's really, really good.
Yeah, and the regen is also a really good combo with the Sky Queens.
Yeah.
You just need something else to tank a bit in the start.
And Burnt and Green, they're feeling really scared. They just add a ton of king ups here to go with their income sends. So the thing is, Joke on You, he's either going to hold here or he's going to pro leak, and both cases are just really good for him.
Let's see the Canopy tanking.
Yeah, I mean, it is tanking the entire wave, so it doesn't get as much regen value as he would have liked, but, I mean, he's just doing really, really well here. This is going to be a juicy pro leak for him, and meanwhile, they're continuing to save their Mythium. The pro leak on E1 as well, yeah, that one is less good, because now they're going to take a decent chunk of king damage here on wave 11.
And now the opportunity for Savior is gone.
The thing is, though, they have a lot of Mythium stored. There's over 400 for both players.
Would have liked to see them hold a league a bit less.
Yeah.
But look at Green. Green is 2100 value and he's minus 200 on 12.
Yeah. It says a lot, right?
It's recommended value of 2300 on 12.
They do correctly read that the sender's not coming here on 12, so they don't send another round of income and king, which means that Joke and E1 can't afford to push any more workers.
But still 36 versus 29. They are...
But they're just so low on value, though. Like, it's getting kind of scary, because Burnt Dasbroat and Green Spirit, even though they have way less Mythium, they can just go for a full send on 13, and Joke on You and E1 with their super, super low value, they might just die, even to like a 200, 300 send.
Well, maybe Joke on You gets the Yosora. We also have Gate on E1.
Alright, yeah, both teams going for full sends here, so Burnt and Green, they're not being tricked into going for a round of income and king. They are going for a full send here against Joke. But the thing is, Joke actually shifted a ton of value last wave, yeah, and there's that Doomsday out of nowhere. This might just clutch the hold.
And Green Spirit has no idea what's coming. And also the Canopy has 2 battle scars.
Yeah.
So that's gonna scale really hard as well.
Yeah, Joke on You, I mean, he's almost certainly holding, because the send he receives is very small, and it's not good against the Doomsday Machine.
No, and we see there is the King Claw, there's the Gate, there are 2 Berserkers from E1.
Yep.
It is some awful focus for him though, 3 different units going down.
Yeah.
So 6 units just barreling down on the on his
so
fighters.
E1's going to go for a bit of a leap, but Joke on You, he's easily holding. Meanwhile, Burnt Dasbroat 93%, but Green Spirit though, Roman, let's go, easy hold.
And now the Doomsday is gonna outrange the Harpies, right?
Yeah, so it's just gonna get a ton of more damage in. Oh, the frogs, though. The frog snipes out the Doomsday Cannon. Oh, Burnt and Green, they're not even taking very much king damage here at all.
Oh,
That was a
because it's
very
all
clutch hold there
Froggos.
from Green Spirit.
And now the workers are completely even.
Yeah.
What about the income? Is it gonna be enough? Because
I mean, Burnt and
No.
Green, they're ahead in
Burnt and
income.
Green are
They're,
ahead
they're,
in income.
they're
How are they
on
ahead
par in
income?
workers, and they're way ahead in value.
All right. This
So,
is
yeah.
gonna be one tough game to pull home from Joke and E1 now.
Well, Power Index are clearly in the lead now. Both players on fire. 70% King HP versus 39%. A lot of King upgrades versus barely any. And yeah, sure, joke on you. That was a really clutch hold there with the shift for Doomsday on 13. But they've got a really steep hill to climb if they want to win this game.
The problem was they needed 14 and they couldn't go 14.
Yeah.
And now
Now what can they do?
15 is not an option, and 16, I know who wins the race on 16.
Yeah, right.
I mean, you cannot be sure it has 6,800 HP and what, like 5.25% missing
Mm-hmm.
health regen, but what's that gonna matter on 16?
Yeah, it just won't. I mean, he's got good damage as well with the Sky Queens,
He's got
but
good damage. He's adding the boom trees now
that's a good call.
And
Boom
the-
trees are really strong on 16.
and the harpies to finish it off, but Doomsday on 16, that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
He has the Arctear, which is a very good tank on 16, of course.
All right. I think this is going to come down to another race on 16. But having said race, I think Burnt and Green are actually in a pretty good position to just hold. Like they're
Yeah.
really strong on 16. Actually, Burnt in particular with all of that pierce damage.
That's not what I want. I want to not the Iron Maiden either, but the Iron Maiden is also strong. It's the fucking Avenger I want to.
Yeah. The Swift tank that's just really good on 16.
The White Mane Avenger. Oh wait, the Avenger doesn't have White Mane,
It does not.
or the Sovereign.
It was probably worth for Green Spirit to sell his Windhawk there, right? Because you can give the White Mane Aura to a 700 gold unit. That seems like a pretty good deal.
Yeah, and it's gonna. Sure, it's at Violet now, but
Yeah.
what does that really matter?
I think Green
But still,
Spirit probably just makes a couple of Devilfish here because the Swift tank is absolutely fantastic. And yeah, we see that play. So, I mean, Green Spirit, there's a decent chance he just holds. And Burnt also has fantastic typings here with all of that pierce damage. But E1 and Joke, there's just no way, I think, for these guys to hold the 580 Sens. I'm
No,
fairly certain that the power index wins this one.
E1 has decent tanks, and like his build is not bad at all here.
He's getting steamrolled though. Like the double Witch Pack Leader Send is just enough damage to run over his units before they can get enough value out.
But this,
but
this
joke
is not
on you,
over
though.
yet. It's not over. It's
The
definitely
boom
not
trees? The power index? Okay.
over. What's this?
Now, Green Spirit, he does hold. Burnt is leaking here. That is a 25 gold shutdown. 25 gold doesn't mean too much at this stage of the game. But
No.
joke on you with the Tree of Knowledge really proving how strong that unit is here on wave 16. He is able to keep his team in the game because I was sure, Sculpt Troll, that these guys were just dead here on 16. But no, they do live to see another wave.
Yeah, but what does it really matter? 15% HP versus 75. They are never winning a race.
Yeah, and all that Burnt and Green have to do is, I guess, send on 18, right? Even though we see some Arctairs, even though we see some Fatalizers, it's kind of rough.
It's just too little too late.
Yeah. But joke on you, he's not pushed a single worker. E1, meanwhile, he's pushed a few.
Yeah, it's no suicide by any stretch of the imagination.
But Joke, I think... I don't understand this red eyes here from Joke, actually. Like, he must know it's wave 18. Wait, are the teams just going to skip 18, actually? I see that Burnt's shifted 900 gold here. Green Spirit shifted about 400 as well. I think these guys are just planning to try and absorb a send on 18 and then go a little bit longer.
I mean, 2 waves is nowhere near enough Mythium safe to leak green. Green is so strong.
Yeah, and all of the players actually saving their Mythium here on wave 18. So nobody made a false start, and we'll have to see what happens.
There goes the white main on the back line for the Sovereign. He adds another gate. He adds another antler.
He just has infinite value there. Really, if he gets a couple more Hellgates out, he just becomes completely unleakable, I think. And Burnt as well, the King Claws with regen really good on 19, the Leviathan Tempest combo really good on 19, Starcaller Disciple really good on 19. This is really, really tough now for Jokon Yu and E1 to come back into this game.
King ups from E1 especially.
Yeah, so they were feeling scared here.
Oh, look at the Jokon Yu. He needs to fix
He's killing his entire backline. Yeah, luckily for him it doesn't matter because there was no send here, but this could very easily have killed them. Here with Jokon Yu killing his entire backline there with the split. Yeah, so here come the sends from all players.
But now that he has no damage,
it just takes forever.
It just takes forever. Who does that favor? Does it favor Joke and E1? They do have more workers, right? So
they have more workers, and E1 it seems is full pushing here for wave 19. But Green Spirit, I mean, his value is just crazy. And Burnt Dustbroke, he's not shabby here either. He has 2 full Starcaller circles. He has all of this Leviathan Tempest.
Jokon Yu still has the Tree of Life. I think he needs to add. A Tree of Life on the Red Eyes because it has taken 2 battle scars. It's at 9,000 HP. It has more than the Canopy.
Jokon Yu, though, with the double Red Eyes, with all of the Sky Queens, I mean, he's very strong here. He does receive the biggest send in the game, though, with 920. So let's see what happens here. I think Jokon Yu may even be able to hold. He's very, very strong here. But having said that, the Red Eyes are now dead. E1 leaks everything. He did full push, of course. Burnt Dustbroke, he's easily holding his lane. And Green Spirit, I mean, doesn't he just hold as well? But yeah, Jokon Yu, he leaks actually. So, man, I mean, the Power Index takes this one. Would you believe it? The Power Index actually able to defeat the Tree of Knowledge. Very, very impressive stuff. Oh, Sculptron, what a spicy finish there. I mean, we had so many games today that have gone into the super late game. We've had some wave 20s, we've had some wave 19s. This is pretty unusual for Nova Cup, right? We normally see games ending a little bit sooner. But this has been really good. And what's more, every single game, every single series has just come right down to the wire. The teams have been playing on such a high level that there's just been no way to spot the difference between them.
It has been so close today.
Oh,
it's insane.
Yeah,
I mean, we got another day tomorrow.
We got a very clutch hold on 16 from Jokon Yu, where I was sure these guys were dead on 16. I'd already counted them out, but he just held insanely well. In the end, they still lose the race there, or they still lose the game there on wave 19. But, a very solid showing there from Joke and E1.
I mean, Green just showing the strength of white main gates plus Harpies.
Yeah. He had a really nice roll there on Green Spirit.
You gotta say it. Questioning the opening or the roll pick from Joke here.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he had the consort in his roll, right, for Fiesta. And
he had the consort, he added Harpies.
Yeah, didn't go for it. Still ended up leaking fairly decently on 3. He had some pretty good Fiestas, actually, on 5 and 9. I think Joke played very, very well this game. In fact, I think all 4 players played very, very well this game. But Joke actually had some very juicy Fiestas. And some clutch holds as well. But in the end, Burnt and Green, they had a really nice game plan here, and they just executed it perfectly with the victory here on Wave 19. And that does mean Burnt and Green have made it through to tomorrow's semi-finals, where unfortunately Joke and E1, they do end their tournament journey here. But fair play to those guys, they had a really
very
good showing
showing.
today. Yeah, a really good
Yeah.
showing. I'd love to see Joke and E1 playing next month's tournament as well, actually, because I don't know if these guys have played in the Nova Cup together before, but this seemed like a really good duo. Like they played some really nice games. They put up a good fight against Burnt and Green on 2 occasions now. And yeah, I'd love to see those guys play together again in the future. But that said, congratulations to all of today's winners. Of course, we saw the Bearded Dragons, Drakir and Lucy, possibly tournament favourites. They obviously made it through to the semi-finals. And we've just seen the Power Index, Green Spirit and Burnt Dasprout. They've made it through as well. Do we know, Scottrold, who's made it through from Group B?
We do not, but we might be able to check in on
Let me have a quick
on
look.
Shadow. Oh no, they just went off. It seemed they were on just before,
Yeah. Okay,
but now
okay.
it's gone.
So, X Crash, they've made it through. That's X God and Ashton Butcher. They're previous tournament winners as well. And
Really strong team.
the Rostigan Rasia Mesa, they've made it through as well. Very aptly named team there. That is King Downs and Widdowson. So really, really cool.
They're not at Brazil anymore.
I mean, what? They're the Rostigan Rasia Mesa, which is pretty appropriate if you understand German. But, I mean, dude, that's such a star-studded finals for tomorrow. Like, we have King Dans and Widdowson, we have Drakir and Lucy, we have Burnt Dasprout and Green Spirit, and we have X-God and Ashton Butcher. All 4 teams can have previous winners in them. Sometimes multiple winners. Like, this is possibly the hottest, like, finals that we've had in the Nova Cup. Certainly this year, I think, because those 4 teams are just really, really high caliber players, really, really high caliber teams with a lot of tournament experience for all of them as well. So I think this is going to be a really, really spicy final. So everyone in Twitch chat, you need to make sure that you're back again to watch those games because that's going to be some excellent Legion tomorrow.
I mean, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing those games.
For sure, dude, for sure. But, I mean, that said, we've had some really fun games today as well. I need to say a massive thank you to my beautiful co-caster, Scovtroll, because, I mean, you've done a fantastic job today, dude, and it's been a real pleasure to have you here today.
It's been amazing.
Thank you for casting with me, my friend. And of course, as always, a big shout out to all of the tournament organisers for all the work they do behind the scenes to make sure that the tournament runs smoothly. A big shout out to Auto Attack Games for building the game that we know and love. And, you know, they've had a really successful marketing push this weekend as well. I know they've had thousands and thousands of new players over the weekend, and I really hope that that snowballs into some great success for the game's future because this game is amazing, Scottrold.
We aren't even the biggest stream right now.
You love to see it.
There's a Russian guy with twice as many viewers as this tournament.
That's great. That's just bringing new attention to the game. It's always fantastic to see. But Twitch chat, I hope you've enjoyed the show. I know I've enjoyed casting. Scovtrold, massive thank you as always for joining me. It's always a lot of fun to have you here. And
Thanks
guys,
for having me.
all I need to say is just make sure you're back here tomorrow because those final games are looking really, really juicy.
Yeah, if you think it was fire today, wait till you see tomorrow.
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. All right, mate. I think that is about all we've got time for on this stream. Scottroll, do you want to sing us a tune to finish?
Sing? Please, no.
Some final words then.
Some final words. Well, thank you everyone for being here. Thanks to Auto Attack Games. Thanks to Jules and Lisk. It's amazing. Danny, of course. Never
Awesome.
forget.
Or never forget Danny the Penguin. How could you? All right, guys. On that note, goodbye.